the spaceship. Out of space, out of world, out of galaxy with a different girl. Silicone, a TPE, it really don't matter which one it be. My mind keep visualizing future times, beautiful android girls surrounding me. Filling my cup, full of joy, keep my life full of glee. Plenty ups, never down, the way that life's supposed to be. But unfortunately, if she a Terminator, then I'ma have to terminate it. Gotta get rid of negative vibes, gotta go through negative foes, gotta block out negative voices, gotta get rid of negative souls. Had some people get discorded, just ignored it. Destiny is more important, so I just had to abort it. Had some people get discorded, just ignored it. Destiny is more important, so I just had to abort it. Yeah. Find me with my dogs in my solitude. Watch my family grow from 4 into a multitude. Been living it below sea level, finna rise to another altitude. Been searching, seeking knowledge, but all the time I had the aptitude. I flipped my mindset to the switch to say I will not lose. Mama said them sticks and stones won't break my bones, I never bruise. Whenever it come to trouble, man, the girls pull a tongue, we always cruise. I heard other dog owners get it out for me, but it ain't no news. I got 4 in the dough in Memphis so they can get the blues. If you need a few clues, they'll blow off your under rules. Send your compliment to the new girls I got coming through. Send your compliments to the new girls I got coming through. Out of space, out of world, out of galaxy with a different girl. Silicone, a TPE, it really don't matter which one it be. My mind keep visualizing future times, beautiful android girls surrounding me. Filling my cup, full of joy, keep my life full of glee. Plenty ups, never down, the way that life's supposed to be. But unfortunately, if she a Terminator, then I'ma have to terminate it. Gotta get rid of negative vibes, gotta go through negative foes, gotta block out negative voices, gotta get rid of negative souls. Out of space, out of world, out of galaxy with a different girl. Out of space, out of world, out of galaxy with a different girl. Out of space, out of world, out of galaxy with a different girl. Silicone, a TPE, it really don't matter which one it be. Yeah. What up, what up, what up? It's your boy, J. K. Hefner, and the beautiful Saima Renee Uzumaki. And in the background, of course, I still got Himaware hanging out with me in the bed. I'm going to get her good and refreshed probably here in a day or two and get her repositioned and things of that nature. But she's sort of been hanging out with me in the background. And I told you, man, sometimes I just love putting these girls to the test. And excuse me, even though Callie, you know, I had to take her back and get her all good and cleaned up, and she's chilling with the rest of the girls now. Brought this beautiful Saima out. I haven't bothered Himaware. She's still sitting there being my sleeping buddy. But it's just so funny because it's super funny because, you know, I haven't touched her. I haven't changed her shirt or anything like that. She's not dirty or anything. But, you know, Callie got cleaned up. Saima then got refreshed. And so now she waiting in the wing and for her little refreshment, even though she doesn't need any type of cleaning whatsoever. I'm just going to put some new clothes on. So with all that said, glad to have you guys with me wherever you are in the world. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you, whether it's morning, noon, or night. God bless your life. As we always start our show, we like to say, God bless everything over your life, man, whether it's finances, health, relationships, promotions, whatever it is. We just say, believe it, and then you can receive it. Coming to you on a Monday morning, man, this holiday week, Thanksgiving week. So, hey, we ramping it up, getting you guys started for your Monday morning. And the title of today's show is, of course, revisiting the 2 new RealDoll models. Revisiting the 2 new RealDoll models. And reason being is because I don't always get a chance to look over my live streams. You know, not every second of it all the time, because hey, look, I gotta go, I'm going on to the next thing. But I do like to try to, you know, look back over things to see if I made a mistake or something, or, you know, what I can improve on or whatever it might be. But I was sort of looking back at that stream, and it was a lot going on that stream. For one, because I did talk about that girl that still is, it hurts my heart when I think about it. That girl that Shanquilla Robinson and got murdered when she was going down on vacation. But I think I know I did get a bit ramped up just emotionally. That story actually really hurt my heart. And so I was telling you guys that I was fighting myself like, man, should I just talk about RealDoll or should I talk about, the Shanquilla Robinson thing? And God put in my heart, he was like, hey, man, I want you to talk about RealDoll, but you need to talk about Shanquilla. So I talked about her, but I did, I often don't talk about things of that serious nature, but it did get me a bit ramped up emotionally. It was a fun stream we had talking about RealDolls and things of that nature. But what happened was I got a little discombobulated because when I was presenting the information, and I think it was man, dang, who was it? Man, I can't think of who that was, but one of my good followers, he was like, Jay, you got to be more prepared or whatever. He wasn't just roasting me, but he just told me that, hey, I need to have my stuff together, which I normally always have my stuff together. Well, I know the direction I want to go. And in this case, I knew where I wanted to go. But I got to give my viewer credit. I didn't really, once I went to look at the information, I promise you, I was a bit discombobulated. That's really what happened. And so it, even though I was relaying information and it finally ended up coming out halfway right, I said, nah, I owe RealDoll, another show just to sort of make sure my evaluation of their two new models is cleaner, is a cleaner evaluation. And also shouts out to my guy, Austin Steele. I got to give him shots out because, that's my ace as far as when he been with me for a long time anyway, but I talked to him a lot about RealDoll, about his doll and things of that nature, not necessarily about RealDoll, but I know he knows about RealDoll because he has one. So, and I've been on RealDoll site millions of times. But when I was looking, I think Austin sort of noticed it like, man, maybe Jay a little off right now. And he was like, man, sometimes that site is sort of hard to navigate. And I was like, well, nah, Austin, I'm pretty good at navigating this site because I've navigated it, a million times, I say it's just my computer. And all due respect to the RealDoll site, their site is a bit slow. So when I was looking up statistics for these new bodies and things of that nature on the RealDoll site, it kept pulling up the same statistics. And I was like, what is going on here? Why am I seeing the same thing? So I kept thinking there was something wrong with the site, blah, 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 blah. And if you look at that live stream, it was about seemed like 15 minutes of confusion. And I still really didn't get it right, honestly. I was calling it the right thing. I was calling it Body I, and because Body I is for the one of the models, and it's a Body J for another model. I was calling them by the right names, but I kept reading off the statistics for a Body A. Eventually, Austin came in and he was like, hey, I got the statistics. And I think I read the right ones off, but it still wasn't in a cohesive way like I wanted it. But after the show, I ended up saying, man, let me go back and look at this. And I was enjoying the show, looking at it and stuff. And then I got to that part where, all the sort of the confusion started happening. And I realized, like, you know what? It was something that I probably was doing wrong that night. I say because, you know what? I don't think I ever really looked at the new bodies, like I was looking for. And man, what happened was RealDoll site sort of confused me that night on my phone. That's what happened, ladies and gentlemen. In that age of technology, when we click on a button, we're used to it taking us right where we need to go, right? And so that's what was confusing me. These bodies these new girls that they have, they come, already set with a particular body. Like the Yasmin model that I'm going to talk about, she comes with the I. The Xandra model that I'm going to talk about, she comes with a J. So when I clicked on the body, because you have to go to an option called customize to be able to look at all the bodies. So when I clicked on the bodies to examine them on my phone, I thought it was taking me right to the body that I needed to see. So in Yasmin's case, I thought it was taking me right to body I, and in Xandra's case, I thought it was taking me right to body J. But their site does not work like that. When you click on the bodies, it's just going to open up all of the body selections. Then you have to go to said letter for whatever body you're looking for. So that's where actually I got confused during the last live stream. And of course, I could have just let it go without ever mentioning it again, but I'm not that type of person. I like, nope, I sort of messed that up. And that night, I was sort of like, man, RealDoll site slow, blah, blah, blah. So I do want to send a shout out to RealDoll as far as, hey, their site is a little slow. I'm not going to, make any bones about that. But in that particular case, it was me who, like Austin said, was getting confused myself. So I think that's funny, even when you're a veteran of looking at sites and stuff, man, you can get thrown off. And what really threw me off was not the site, it was my emotions a little bit. And I always say stay in control of your emotions. So I wasn't upset as far as mad or angry. I was just hurt, I think, on the inside, just thinking about what happened to that girl. And I think I just got a little discombobulated. So I want to say, you know what, let me come back and do this stream, get things straightened up a little bit, clean up around the house, sweep up around this little RealDoll talk that I had, because I have to talk about some other new things. And I have to talk more about RealDoll. And I'm like, no, I gotta take a step back before I can take a step forward. So that's what tonight's show is for. I'm gonna clean up around that particular area. I'm gonna check in. I see I got 2 comments. I'm gonna check in with these good people right quicks. Austin Steele, okay, he here. Bert, perfect. All shoots. Here we go again. Morning to you, Jay. Oh yeah, he said, considering the brand in question, I wasn't about to let you get around. Thank you, brother. That's what we here for. Like you say, man, nobody in the world is too big to make a misstep or anything. And like I told you, also I could be prideful now and saying, hey, you know what? Jay don't never make any missteps, so I'm not going to go back and correct this. I'm like, no. We all make mistakes. And that was one of the, and I owe RealDoll because I love RealDoll. I never meant to. I'm never trying to bash them. Keep in mind, yeah, I don't like some of their faces, but I don't like faces in other dog companies. My only problem that I was talking about in my last stream, if you don't know, in my last live stream, I was just sort of saying how, man, I'm upset about all the faces the RealDoll has. They don't have enough. They have like 43 faces in total. And I'm like, man, that's not enough. I said, because a lot of faces I don't like. But I don't want to slight Madden his creativity and, just any artist out there. We're human beings, and beauty is in the eye of the beholder. We're not going to like every face. That's why there are multiple faces available. But my only gripe with him was, I'm like, man, Matt, you've been around too long, and, it's not enough faces for, because I personally, it's more than half of them that I probably wouldn't purchase, but it's only, it's only a small percentage of them where I just think are just ugly. You know what I'm saying? It is some of them that are ugly to me, and that's just natural. And it's a great percentage of them that I don't think are ugly, but I just wouldn't prefer. And then there are a small percentage that I really like. So that's sort of how the equation breaks down. But with these other companies, it's just a bit different because I like a lot more faces. Why? Because they have a lot more faces. But in turn, there are a lot of more faces that I don't like. Why? Because there are more faces to choose from. So that was my only point. Because I've said this before when I was talking about just creating things. I'm not a inventor and things of that nature as far as like creating things with my hand. And when I think about it, I know that's something unique and hard to do. And so as people out here as a consumer, I understand it's very easy for us to like roast the creator, be like, man, this ain't good enough. You need to do better. But in the back of your mind, if you think about it, because I do sometimes, I'd be like, yeah, but I know I can't even make nothing near this. I'm just sitting back telling them what I want. So I'm aware of those things. And so, with all due respect to all the creators out there, including Matt, like I said, I'm not trying to come down on you, but my job as a consumer and um, even doing my channel is to critique so you guys can push the envelope and get better and better and better so the customers can have better and better products. So, with all that said, uh, I do want to take another look at these two models right quick, because when I was talking to Austin Steele last show about these, he was like, man, I'm interested to hear your opinions on these bodies and things of that nature. And he pretty much did hear my strong opinion on the faces. Uh, but with the bodies, I didn't really have a whole bunch to say. Why? Because I didn't have a whole bunch to say because when I was looking at the measurements, they were saying they were the same bodies. And then I had forgot that they look so much different. And that's what I want to really point out today about how different these bodies really are. You know what I'm saying? They are very different, honestly. And one of them, with all due respect to Real Doll, I just said, dang, when I found out something about one of the dolls, I was like, oh man, I ain't gonna even be able to I wouldn't be interested in this particular one. So I'm just going to show you a glimpse of her before I even go to my personal file. This is Yasmin. Now I'm gonna do it in reverse because I talked about Yasmin first last time. Let me talk about old girl. Let me talk about Xandra first this time, because I did talk about Yasmin first last time. And I'm just going on Instagram to Real Doll site. They got a little dummy picture of Xandra and Yasmin, and they all covered up. They're not showing anything. So I'm just going to show a little glimpse of her while I'm talking. And I go to my personal picture just to refresh people, because I had to download some stuff off the site. I don't like going right to the site just for safety purposes with the channel and things of that nature. But that's Xandra right there. I make myself a little smaller, but that's Xandra. And like I say, all due respect to Matt, what I don't love about this model is just her chin. It's just a little too much protrusive to me. But she has a very, especially when she turns to the side, she looks much more beautiful, much more beautiful. But as I said in the last string, she does have a bit of the Leno chin, and I'm not really with that. But I really love her eyes, nose, and lips and stuff. Like, she got a lot going on, and I'm loving this body as far as from this angle. So I want to talk about that really quickly. And the thing about this body is, like I say, when you go to the site and you go to Real Doll site and you hit shop all, because there's a lot of little options for you to go to. You can go to different sections of the site, but click shop all. And when you click shop all, it's going to bring up Xandra and Yasmin both. It's going to bring up a whole selection of people, and Xandra and Yasmin are going to be at the head of the class for you to just, since they're the new dolls, you can click on them first. Well, like I say, if you click on them, it's going to pop up something that says about, hey, you get $1,000 off if you want to buy, and hey, uh, you know, go ahead and accept right now before you start looking. And even if you hit accept, it's not like you're going to be locked in and trying to buy something. So you can hit accept or not. But to get to the options to actually see the bodies, you're going to have to, once the screen loads, you're going to have to click the button that says customize. And when you click the button that says customize, you're going to have to go down to the bodies. And when you go down to the bodies, it's going to say view measurements. And when you click on the bodies and hit view measurements, it's going to bring up all the bodies. And see, that's where on my phone, for whatever reason, when I was hitting view measurements, it would constantly bring up or be set on body A. And I was confused because I thought it was taking me right to the body. No, that's not what happens. Once you hit customize, it's going to, and you click on the body to view measurements, it's going to bring up all the bodies, A through Z, with how many other bodies it is. At that point, go to whatever corresponding body that you want to see, with the letter. And in Xandra's case, she has body J. And I have it written down here on my notes. But on body J, she has a 5'4" body. And so I actually got that wrong last time. I said she had a 5-foot body. I thought both of them had a 5-foot body. She actually has a 5'4" body. And as far as me, 5'4" is the tallest human woman that I want to date. Now, for all you women out there that may have a crush on me, laughing, and you're taller than 5'4", don't think that you don't have a chance, or, that you can't throw the vagina on me. I'm just saying, like, because I've dated women taller than 5'4", but for my just perfect preference, I normally don't date a woman over 5'4". But I'm only pointing that out to my viewers because of this. I would not personally buy a doll 5'4". My dolls are 5 feet and 5'1". Saima is 5 feet. If I'm not mistaken, Himawari is 5 feet or a little bit less, I believe. And Callie and company, they're like 5'1". And let me tell you, they all pack a punch as far as weight. Callie and them aren't too heavy. They're about 70 pounds. They're a good weight to carry around. This girl here is 98 pounds. But more importantly, when it comes to the dolls, I like to stay in my sweet zone for my fantasy. And my fantasy is a shorter lady. I say I will take a taller lady if a company, wants me to do a review and they like, hey, we really need you to do a taller girl this time for us. Then I would do it. But on my personal preference, I'm like, no, I'm gonna stay in my fantasy zone, which is, really, literally about 5 foot. In the world of dolls, I don't think I want to go over 5'1". And I would love to go down to about 4'7", if my smallest doll one day. I don't really need the super, super small doll, but I would like to go down to 4'7" or something like that. Or, I would take one of Iron Tech's mini dolls. That's the only smaller doll I would love because they have the full body adult looking dolls. But with all that said, I just brought up 5'4" because that's a bit tall for me in the world of dolls. It's not tall, but for me, I don't want a doll that tall. So I did notice that, and I wasn't able to point that out last show. And I'm coming to my comments in 2 seconds. She is 75 pounds. Xandra, this one you're looking at now. And that's not too heavy. That's not too heavy in my opinion. 75 pounds, that's not too bad. And I told you, people have described silicone as being heavier, but for me, I don't really see it like that. For me, it feels more solid. So I can see how they could say that. It feels more solid, but really when I pick it up, it's more stable. So I actually feel it's crazy how it feels more solid, but I feel more stable. But with TPE, like it can feel a bit heavier in my opinion. Or if it's not heavy, I don't think one is heavier than the other if that's the case. But I would prefer to move around silicone because it doesn't do all that damn jiggling, I think. But this girl is a 32A cup. And for those of you who don't love smaller breasts, you may not love that. But I love, I'm cool with smaller breasts. But if you look at those breasts, if you just look at those breasts, these aren't, if you look at the cut right there, that's not small. I always say a mouthful is all you damn really need anyway. But that, to me, that's a nice cut of breast. So you shouldn't be asking for much more than that unless breasts are just your thing and you need 80 triple D's or something. This lady has a 26-inch waist. And that's, not bad. It's got a little width to it. But what I really want to point out on this body is, man, that I wasn't able to show last time. And I'm glad that I have this picture that's already edited where it's not showing anything. But Lord have mercy. This is unique to this body is this 6-pack, man. These muscles in her body. Now, I'm not just saying I love this look, but it's not a bad look. I love that, I do actually like that choice of having an athletic body. You know what I'm saying? And it's really not a six pack, it look more like a four pack, but on a woman, I think that, you know, that looks pretty cool to me. You know what I'm saying? I actually like it. I actually like that. Um, Even though I don't like this, her being 5'4" necessarily. I actually like that muscle tone on that body. And that's probably why their waist is about 26 inches. And don't get me wrong, 26 inches isn't like she's fat or anything. It's just a little bit more uh wide than some. And she ends everything by having a 35-inch hip. She has a 35-inch hip. So let me look something up right quick. Hold on. What I want to say about the hip was, I'm going to be honest. I'm not very fond of this body as far as the hip ratio. She's more petite around the butt. She doesn't have that nice butt like I like. She has more of a, so if you like a smaller butt, you're gonna like her more than not. I want to see something right quick. Now this is something I didn't have, but I want. Okay, she's 5'4", so I just wanted to say for all of you guys that are more interested in centimeters, because that's one thing that I've gotten used to now is sort of looking at the centimeters and converting them. But whenever I'm shopping for dollars, I always hate that they're always presented in centimeters. I'm like, man, over here in America, we use the inches, feeding the inches and things of that nature. So I don't ever like to see it in centimeters. But since I just told you that the doll was 5'4", I just want to give you her height in centimeters, which is 162 centimeters, 62.5 centimeters. Actually, 62.6 centimeters to be exact. And I just want to look at something one more time, and then I'm going to check my chat, and then we're going to talk about Yasmin. But I want to see something right quick because I'm really going off memory right now. Oh, now I'm going to show some more pictures of her too for people who haven't seen. But I'm going off memory right now as far as what her butt looked like on this body picture. I'm already on the site, so okay. So when I look at the picture, her hip to waist ratio doesn't look bad. Hold on, I'm looking at the wrong one. My bad. I did it again, y'all. Now I'm on the one I want to see. No, I'm not a fan of this model. I'm not a fan of this model. As far as just the overall body, only because, like I say, it's a little taller than I like, and like I was just mentioning, it's very light on the butt. Very light on the butt. Now, if you look at it from the front, though, I really like the front of it from if you're a guy that likes a really just an athletic build, now you're gonna like the front, the front view. That's what I mean. Looking at your doll from the front view, this body looks good from the front athletically. It's not a bad body. It's not a bad body. When I speak of saying I wouldn't get it, I'm not telling you not to get it. I'm just saying from a personal preference standpoint, this wouldn't be the body for me per se, but it's a nice body. I love the athletic build. I would love those abs in another body, honestly. Uh, so that's what I would say. If you're into Xandra and you want to, because you can always customize these girls, but if you're going to get Xandra 1.0, I sort of explained this to you guys. RealDoll, they'll come out with a new face or body or whatever, right? Well, then they'll put makeup on it. They'll dress it up and make it look pretty like her. Then they'll call it that model, the way it looks, it'll be assigned a number like this, Xandra 1.0. And when you and this doll made just like she is, she'll be on sale like this probably for the foreseeable future. If you order her as Xandra 1.0, that's their customizable model that they're pushing. I'm not customizable model, but that's their model that they've already customized that they're pushing. So you'll probably get a discount on her and she'll look just like this. But you don't have to do this. You can say I want a Xandra face, and you can go choose anybody you want. You know what I'm saying? You can customize it however you want to do it. But you're not going to get that discount, that was offered with this particular body. And everything you do is going to be more expensive. Just because it's much more expensive to customize your full doll than it is to get a doll that's already like a 1.0, 2.0. And I'm not telling you to get this. I'm just telling you your options. You can get the doll made up like they have it, or you can choose to get it like you want to get it made. But if you choose to add everything, you choose her lipstick, eye color, wig, toenails, polish and all this stuff, vagina hair. When you choose all that, piercings, guess what? Then you're going to be paying more. So that's just to let be clear on that particular thing. So before I come to my comments, I am going to share the pictures I showed her last time, which was on my word that I got away from the site. So let me share this right quick. And then we'll come check in with the comments. Then we'll talk about Yasmin. And then I got another little treat I think I want to show you guys as well towards the end of this stream. Okay, here it is. So, yeah. Let me make sure I'm sharing this. Yep, I am. So that's Xandra's measurements that I had typed up. That's Xandra's measurements, man. Hold on. Let me get to it. Okay, there you go. That's her measurements right there. 5'4", 75 pounds, 32 A cup, 26-inch waist, 35-inch hip. So that's who we just talked about, Xandra. And this is her close up. And like I told you, man, when I saw this picture of Xandra, I was like, ooh, man. Honestly, like, even though the chin is a bit protrusive right here, I'm like, this face is, man, it looks beautiful from this angle. But if you notice, man, these artists and photographers, they're masters, but they sort of got this hair, it's taken away from that jawline right there, so it is sort of favoring, that front review, and it's sort of taken away from that jaw, that lino line. And over here, as you can see, her face is turning this sort of shade. So you see the best of this face right here. I'm gonna be honest, and it's a beautiful sculpture from this angle. Matt did a great job from this angle, but like I say, I hate to say it, but once you just look at it and without the sort of the turn face and the lighting, I mean, I promise you, man, if I just show you this, I mean, you'll think it's lino with with lipstick on, but other than that, though, like I say, it's a great sculpture. It's just that, man, I just think it got a little too wide right here. And so for some people, this, like I told you, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. For some people, this is going to be completely perfect. I love, I do love how they be RealDoll had them girls looking dressed up in their little poses, and I like her little hand on her leg, and this whole little pose is a nice pose. But you can see, is what I was saying. This body is more athletic. Look at the arm. You can see that arm is toned. She has a smaller breast. Those legs are even a bit knobbier, and not in a negative way. It's just they're more athletic, lean type legs, lean body. So that's Xandra. And I'm gonna come back to the comments right quick. I'm gonna leave her up. No, I'm gonna take her down. I'm gonna take her down. Take Xandra down. I'm gonna take Xandra down. I can't lie, man. Hey, look, man. Hey, y'all. I can't lie. I'm just before I come to my comments, I just want to say I'm so happy to have Saima out. I have a grandmother. She's passed now, and I don't know, man. It's always seem like one grandparent where you don't go see quite as much.
and I think it was mainly because of my family dynamic, because she was on my father's side, and because my father wasn't involved in my life growing up and things of that nature. It just seemed like and I just probably didn't go down there quite as much, even though I went to see my grandmother, but I didn't see her quite as much as my other grandmother, because I was just, my mom always was going over her mother's house, so I was always there. That's what the thing was. And I always had to make an extra effort myself, after that, to try to go see my grandmother. So it's different than you constantly getting taken somewhere and then actively going somewhere or getting picked up, if my grandmother decided to come pick me up. So I didn't see that grandmother quite as much. But the dynamic I wanted to talk about was with Saima before I go to my chat. It's just so funny because whenever I did go see that grandmother, I promise you, man, it'd be hard to leave, because I'd be like, man, sometimes my mom be like, it's time for you to go see your other grandmother. I'd be like, oh, I don't feel like going this time. And whenever I got over there, she'd be like, Jay, it's time to come home. I'd be like, nah, I don't want to come home. She'd be like, you didn't even want to go. I was like, well, I said, it don't matter. I'm having fun now. I like it over here. Because me and my grandmother used to look at all type of old movies and she just all type of stuff, man. We had a great time together. But the whole thing I'm getting at is I don't have Saima out very often because she is super duper heavy. And so even when I was picking her up today, I was like, man, Saima, if I'm not careful, you can literally get hurt with her. She that heavy. But I was just telling her, man, I've done this video where I was like, worth her weight in gold. And in that video, I was basically saying, when you do get her out, it's going to be worth it from a hugging standpoint and just spending time with her standpoint. And just to sum this up so I can get back to RealDoll, I say this: whenever I get Saima out, I've said this a few times before, I never want, it reminds me of my grandmother, because although I don't get her out much, whenever I get her out, I never want to put her up. Because I love hugging on her. She cute. And she got a Cali Sun effect, man. I'm telling you, she makes me laugh. Her and Cali are the only, I laugh at the other girls a little, but these are the two girls that, man, when I just look at them, I get to laughing. So either way, let me catch up with chat. And we gonna I gotta break this other girl down, and then, man, I got a little treat I think I'm gonna share with you guys. I don't think it's gonna be last too long. My guy Austin Steele, what did he say? He said, I did think about this earlier. Even though they don't have as many faces, the makeup does a lot of the heavy lifting. That's true. I do like the makeup the makeup in a RealDoll can literally change her whole appearance. It just depends on what you order. He said you can take a face that looks meh and make it amazing, depending on the makeup. That's true. Now I'm gonna be honest though. The only thing I say is, if you just don't like it, you just don't like it. Like, it's a couple of faces on there that I just literally hate. And once again, this is all due respect to Matt, like, and he understands this. He's an artist. Everything you make is not going to appeal to everybody. Every single face. He knows that's why he's making more. He should make more though, but he knows that every face he makes is not going to appeal to every single person. But it's crazy. I was looking at a video the other day on RealDoll, and they was like, yeah, one of our most popular faces is the Violet face. It's a black woman. And man, I hate Violet. God bless Violet. And anybody that has her doll, I promise you, I wish that you much happiness with her. But that face, just for me, and once again, all due respect, man, is ugly, smugly, whatever the hell you want to put on it. I just think she's terrible. I know when I first saw her, I was like, dang, man, you could have chosen a better black model. But I'm going to say something more about Matt and the models that he chooses. I'm going to say more about that. I think that's going to be some of the treat that I'm going to share with you guys a little bit later. So let me keep going. Oh, John Doe said, who's that new doll right there? Where's Callie? That's Saima Renee Uzumaki, John Doe. She's actually my first doll. She's the girl that I bought first. This girl sitting right next to me, Saima Renee Uzumaki. And I got Himaware in the background, but this is Saima. She's my first doll. That's the truth. Now she got to my house second because she was a customized doll. And Kimber doll comes only one way. So Callie got here first. But this lady next to me, she's the first person that got purchased. Oh, right. I like that, Austin. He said, case in point, you literally had to double take my dog before you. Man, I promise you, bro, I did love that about what happened the other day. Because, man, I can't lie. It's a lot going on. And, Austin, I hear so much. So I'm sure you probably told me right when you bought her which face it was, right? But I was confused. I thought you bought another face. And I think I got confused because your dog's name is Samantha. I don't know what I was thinking, right? Because Layla is the famous face from Layla is the dang famous face from Lars and the Real Girl. And I loved Layla's face on Lars and the Real Girl. I literally loved. I was like, man, honestly, if it wasn't for Lars and the Real Girl, let me make sure. Yeah, that's that Layla face. If it wasn't for Lars and the Real Girl, I would love to have, and of course now, I would love to have Layla face because she is she's the classic beauty from Real Doll, in my opinion. I'm gonna be honest. I really love that face. So you have a great face. But it's another couple of Real Doll owners out here who I've seen, right? And I'm like, who the hell face did they choose? Because I don't see that face in the lineup. So I was like, oh, okay. At first I used to think like, man, maybe they paid a whole bunch of money to get an extra face mold. And that's a lot of money, guys. Probably about, like they say, it could be $10,000 or so just to do a whole new mold that they don't already have at the company. But that's not the case. What happens is, it's like Austin says. What these people would do is they'll put these makeup combinations together, or it's something I'm going to talk about later, but Matt sort of hints at it. You can send them pictures and things of that nature, and they'll try to pick out a face that they already have, and they'll try to do the makeup and things of that nature and make it look as much like that face as possible. So, man, you've seen these videos where these girls put makeup on and literally they can take it off and be somebody totally different. So these makeup jobs can go a long way. I'll say that. Zandra's more in shape than I am. Me too. And I consider myself in a tremendous shape, especially since I started riding my bike. I feel like, man, I've been in the man. I've always felt like I was in decent shape, but man, I feel like a damn Iron Man now. And when I see Zandra, I feel like, man, I got 8 spare tires on the belly, man. Cause Zandra is, man, ripped. I loved her belly, man. I do love that. John Doe said she's ripped out of her mind. Also worth mentioning, if you're viewing the site on your PC, instead of scrolling down to all the bodies, click the little magnifying glass next to the body. Oh yeah, thank you. Thank you for bringing that up too. You're right. You're right. Thank you, Austin. That's something I didn't mention. When you do click on the basically, let me just say it all over again. When you click on one of these girls, Xandra or Yasmin or any girl for that matter, but especially these girls, if you go to the customers, if you hit the button for customize and then go down to the bodies and you click on the bodies, it's going to bring up all the bodies, especially on PC. Like he said, you're going to see all the bodies. Well, then you just go to the body that's listed. And like he said, it's a magnifying glass over each letter. Thank you, Austin. You click on the magnifying glass and it's going to bring up the body and all the measurements so you can literally see everything that you're looking for. So great one, Austin. He said that'll show you for the measurements for that body immediately, and he's right. So I'm glad he pointed that out because and that's what but you're not going to see measurements, but that's what pretty much everything on their site, and we're going to talk about that in a whole nother, honestly, a whole nother show. But everything on their site pretty much is segmented to where when you click on it, it's a magnifying glass, and then you click the magnifying glass and you can see whatever it is in a whole different view. Power Brain says, "What up, Jay? What up, Power Brain?" Austin said, "Good morning to you." Hey, Yumi da. Hey, Yumi. Hey, Yumi. Hey, Yumi. Yumi da. Don't. Hey, hold on. Let me see something. Well, I don't see it here. But either way, I want to give a shout out to all my Dog King Army team members. Love you guys. And for all my normal viewers, that's just people who've dedicated themselves to being team members to the channel. So if you ever want to do that, you can go to my YouTube homepage and join the team. But I want to give a shout out to them. But either way, Yumi does say, I just don't like RD faces. They look so weird. And RD has not innovated in years. Way too expensive, too. I say this, they are very expensive for the normal American. I'm going to be honest. They are expensive. But Matt says it's a reason for that. Just as far as quality of products and things of that nature that he puts into it. But I have heard even from RealDoll owners, man, that they've shared the same opinion as far as innovation. Once again, it's funny that you brought that up, but I'm not gonna hit hard on this particular subject today. Once again, it's believe me, guys. When I tell you it's so many shows to do that I have not gotten to, believe me, it's so many shows for me to do that I have not got to. So I've heard some people say this though about they have not innovated, but then I've also heard another storyline to it, where although they haven't been those knock you out innovations, just the whole way the body is made from the day one, and the whole way things have been constructed have been sort of improved. But I understand exactly what you mean, Yumi. I understand what you're saying. Because some RealDoll owners actually feel like that. I can't speak from a full point of a knowledge because, like I told you, I'm still examining their company from afar right now. I'm doing the best I can from afar. But if I was actually to have a dog, then I would be able to. I think I would be able to be like, you know what, man, just to see how great the quality is in my own hands. Then I would be able to tell you better, especially compared to my iron tick dog, because like I say, she's an advanced level companion dog. Well, I have RealDoll and a couple of other companies in another level higher than that. I talk about that at another time. But with all that said, my girl in the background, Himawari, full silicone iron tick dog, great girl. So, whenever I get a hold of a RealDoll, I'll be able to touch her, see her quality, then can be able to compare her to a girl like Himawari, for a silicone iron tick dog. And even with her, I just say this, she has an advantage over a RealDoll from a hand standpoint because, and a lot of dogs do now. And that's one thing I would really beckon Matt to think about. But she has those she has articulated hands. And although you see her with her hands straightened out all the time because I don't like damaging my dogs or even wearing them out in any way. Sometimes behind the scene, I do move her fingers and just be marvel at, dang, they can move just like mine. And I may have to do a little video on it just to show you guys how cool it is. But John Woodman says, my pigeon loves this. I've just asked him. He said, cool. He's great. I'll call him Roger. That's sweet. I'm glad. Hey, he said he got a pigeon. I like that. It's cool. Dodd-Tron in the house. What up, Dodd-Tron? He said, RD faces look a bit transgender. And Dodd-Tron, just to let you know, I do have members from the trans sexual community and LGBTQ community watch my show, so I don't want to mean any disrespect to them whatsoever. When when I read something like that, and I'm not saying that you do, but I just want to let them know that hey, no disrespect. I understand what you mean by that. And yeah, I can see what you could say. What some of them may give you that feel. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not gonna mention them right now, but I've actually seen other companies that just sort of. I put it like this: they have a more angular take on the female face. You know, I put, and that's putting it kindly. And I've mentioned that before. I don't love angles on female faces. And Dartron 69 says, not all, but some have a strong look to them. Exactly. Not all of them, but some of them. I agree with you. John Woodman says, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, philosophy away. Power Brain says she has that Rene Russo style face. I think, you know what? I can't think of who that is off the top of my head, but I know who that is. You see what I'm getting at? Let me look that up right quick to see if I agree. Matter of fact, let me look at it on here so y'all guys can join in with me, because this page I'm not using it for nothing. Let's see what she looks like. Man, I'm gonna get a picture with her hair sort of over her face to sort of help you out, Power Brain. But I ain't gonna lie, she don't really give me that feel. I was trying to get a bigger picture. It wouldn't show it though. I'll share this one. Hold on. Okay, it'll show that one. So this who Power Brain say, I let y'all decide. For me, she don't quite look like it though. But this who Power Brain say, Xandra looked like the last girl I just showed. So Power Brain say she looked like her. I don't know. I guess Power Brain. One thing I guess maybe that's what Matt gets it from, because hers don't. It's not as pronounced, but she got a nice size chin on her. So with that said, I do see what you're talking about right here, Power Brain. And she's a little older on here, so her hair's lighter. I guess I can see where you're going with it, Power Brain. I wouldn't have picked her out, but I can see where you're going with it. I can see where you're going with it. I can see where you're going with it. I'm gonna share Xandra just so I can let everybody else see her again, though. I'm gonna give you the chin face so y'all can see that version of her, and then I'm gonna get through reading my comments, and we gonna check out some more stuff. But yeah, that's her right there. So I don't know if you think that she looks like that other girl. Uh, you can say in the comments if you think that she looks like Rene Russo or not. So either way. So let me read the comments. I'm gonna leave that chin up there for a second. John Woodman says, "R.I.P. bro." I don't know what he talking about. He said, "Good on you. Chat words don't come over well. That sounds like a good woman." Hmm. Oh. Okay, he was talking about my. Okay, yeah, I think he was talking about my grandmother. God bless you if that's who you're talking about. John Woodman says artists are creatives. If you want some beautiful music, Jay, check out Prince, Do Me Baby, Capitol Theater. It's on YouTube. Hey, now I love me some Prince now. Prince is amazing. Yeah. Prince is definitely amazing. He's a bad man. I like all Prince music, damn near all of it. Only Prince music I don't really love is his newer music. His newer music. DAS, my Dog King Army team member in the house. And like I say, one of my most loyal members at that. And what I mean by that, he's always active, and no pressure on you, DAS, but I'm just saying, hey, he contributes, and, hey, donates. I mean, this guy's amazing. I love you, DAS. And good to see you, brother, this morning. Uh-oh, I dropped my phone. I do it every stream, though. Where did I drop it, though? Man, how did it get way over there? I literally dropped my phone through the wheelchair. I've never done that. So he said, Jay, love these streams, just not a RealDoll fan. No standing feet or articulated fingers and masculine looking faces. Just don't justify the price tag. Right. And my thing is, DAS, according to Matt, it's other things that justify the price tag. And as far as just the materials and the way it's made, the way it feels, the way it reacts. And so, and just the high level of work they put into it, so I do want to see that. But I understand what you mean. It's one of those things where, just dealing with the price and seeing all these other great companies, I promise you, man, if I was just looking to just live just a regular old doll life, I would have probably had just a few dolls, maybe 6, and I might just be done with it. And I might justify not ever getting a RealDoll. But I'm just saying, like, it's one of those things that when it's a dream of yours, I've always dreamed of getting not only a doll, but a RealDoll. You know what I'm saying? And just for all of the particulars, even if I end up getting it in and it doesn't measure up, it's just one of those things where, man, I know it's inflated, but it's like I need to get one of those dolls, man. I need to have one of those dolls. You know what I'm saying? Just to see for myself, because I don't want to be sitting back 5 years from now. I wonder what it's like. I wonder what it's like. I wonder what it's like. And, I don't want to sit back still downing it from afar. And I've never, ever touched one. Never had. And I want to own one, for myself. So I understand what you're saying. Because, when you think about paying that much, I'm just being 1,000,000% honest with you. I don't like the fact that, damn, it's nothing that could be done to make them stand and still be as flexible as not flexible, but still be able to be as super quality as they are. Is it some compromise that could be made to catch up with the people who do have their dolls standing now? And also with the articulated fingers, what's upsetting about it is, I've told you, I was searching high and low for it, man, because I saw a video literally where Matt was explaining it. He was like, man, I went away from it because enough people really wasn't getting any use out of it. He said, when I was asking people about it, they weren't getting any use out of it. And I was like, man, where's that video I found? But I kept looking and couldn't find it. And if I ever do, I'm going to share it. But I did find I did find some stuff that I'm going to talk about later on. But several people were saying how RealDoll started out offering articulated fingers, and they stopped. But they didn't go into the thing that I heard Matt say when Matt was like, hey, for him, it ended up being more trouble than what it was worth. That's what he said. So to a certain degree, he said something like that. But I hate that I'm quoting it and I can't find it, but I don't like that either, to be honest with you. But it's just one of those things, DAS. I just have to have one at some point. And I agree, like you say. I think when you say more masculine looking face, it has something to do with this chin. That, when they don't protrude the chin like that, it's not bad. But even with her, she looks beautiful. I'm gonna go to it right quick. She looks beautiful. All here. This looks beautiful. Love her eyes, nose shape. Lips. All that's great to me. Cheeks and stuff. But right when you get here, it's just a bit much. It's just a bit much. That's all. It starts going into another whole zone. So either way. Oh, it says, when you gonna break out my girl Mara Blade? Well, I don't know. I love Mara Blade. She is part of the family, but I'm gonna be honest with you, she's a loose part of the family, because I told you, I'm not the type of guy that loves dolls. I don't love my dolls without bodies. And earlier on, when I was going back and forth between Asuna Moon and Tsunade Star, I always sort of knew that, I'm going to have a body for one of these girls at some point, whether it be Tsunade or Asuna. I'm like, I'm going to have their own body. So it was a lot easier for me to sort of trade their heads out, because I knew at some point I was going to have their bodies. But just to let you guys know, the truth is that's Himawari right now. You know what I'm saying? That's her body. You know what I'm saying? That's her body. She's she's gonna be in that body damn near 98% of the time. And you may not hardly ever see Mara Blade. You're gonna see her very rarely. Why? Because I just don't like, for me, I don't want to be constantly putting a head on Himawari's body. And the funniest part is that body came with Mara Blade's head. So that's really the story behind her. I don't even want to get you guys fooled into thinking you're going to see a lot of her. You're not. Because I just don't like the fact that she doesn't have her own body. I'm going to be honest. I've often said that, if Iron Tech at some point in the future ends up sending me some sort of an extra body, you know what I'm saying? Or somehow down the line, I get a hold of an extra silicone body, I have Mara Blade out full time like, she's her own. But right now, she's going to be very selective when she makes an appearance. Why? Because I love Himawari. You know what I'm saying? I just love having her around. And I thought about bringing Mara Blade out today, but I couldn't bring myself to it. I was like, nah, I'm cool with Himawari right now. So originally I did say, and I might hold to this, I said I'll probably bring Mara Blade out on Thanksgiving. I said that's when I may bring her out. So just to let you know, you'll probably get your wish right around the corner. But other than that, it's going to be, I'll bring her out very rarely just because I just love to see Himawari more. But that's really what it is. Fizz says, what up, Don King? Put in your Renee. He said, put in young Renee Russo. I can't lie. I've seen enough Power Brian. I done seen enough. I done seen enough. DAS says, I hear you. You're the Don King, so you have to have one of each in the kingdom. Much respect. Oh, yeah. Right. DAS, right. That's a, I was telling my brother about this, and he ain't even in the dog game or nothing like this. He was straight with him and women, but he was even just telling me, he was like, yeah, Jay, I hate to say it, but yeah, I mean, you dog king, you're gonna have to have a real dog at some point. I was like, yeah, I already know, I'm gonna have to have one at some point. So it's just one of them things where, what would I prefer? Would I prefer them to send me a dog? Like Iron Tech, yeah, I would love them to send me one, and hey, I can review it and blah, blah, blah. That would be the best case scenario. So just so I can get my hands on it. Like I always tell these dog companies, send it to me, let me review it, let me touch it, let me tell people about it. But hey, guess what? I'm still building my channel, still building things. So whatever God got as far as blessings, they'll come when they're due. But other than that, even getting it on my own or whatever, is something that I know I have to do eventually, because I can't be, like I say, sitting up here for years and years saying, you know what, RealDoll ain't good, or it's not as good, or getting, or even saying anything negative about them when I don't know firsthand. I want to be able to tell all my viewers firsthand. Let me see what he said. Yeah, it's the strong chins I don't like about the faces. I ain't gonna lie, man. I don't even have to reiterate. I'm not a fan of these damn chins, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. DAS says, damn, RIP Marble. No. She ain't dead. She's really just in waiting. She just like like I say, like I told you, she's part of the family, but she's just a looser part, I do envision a day where I have a silicone body for her, but I'm just like, I love Himawari too much to just be switching her head out every week. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, nah, I can't quite do that. I'm like, it's just something about Himawari and having her presence around me. So that's all it is. But like you say, Mara is going to make an appearance. She is going to make an appearance. But I would just say this, man. It's one of those finicky things about being a dog owner, man. You just don't know how you're going to be. Because me, I just really think the whole idea of changing heads is an amazing idea. Man, I really do. I think it's an amazing idea. You know, you got one body, you can switch out all the heads, right? Less bodies and all that, more personalities. But man, I can't lie. I don't know where I think it just comes from me being, always playing with toy figures and stuff, and wanting everybody to be where they were, in their own spot. I think it maybe comes from that, but it's just something in me where I hate sharing a body. That's all it is. I just hate sharing a body with my girls. I don't like it. I'd rather have a whole new girl. You know what I'm saying? So that's what really happened with Mara Blade. It's like, man, it sort of made me make a decision on who I love the most, as far as like which head I would rather see. Now I am beginning to miss Mara Blade, though. Don't get me wrong, because that head is beautiful. And so that's why I say she's probably going to make an appearance this Thanksgiving. But I'm more in the mind frame of, damn, I wish I could get her own body. You know what I'm saying? That's really the mind frame I'm in. So I've caught up with the chat. Perfect. So now let's talk about Yasmin. We're hour in, baby. Let's get to Yasmin. And I'm going to share her Instagram photo where we can see what she's looking like. Here go Yazzie. And I showed her photo last time. Oh, Yazzie. Yazzie, Yazzie. Looking all jazzy. Hey, Yazzie. How you doing, girls? Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Yazzie was one of the faces where I was like, it's looking a little strong. But I'm going to be honest with you, man. It's crazy. Man, now that I've been looking at them a lot, I damn near might have to choose Yasmin face over Xandra, because although I love Xandra's eyes and nose and cheeks and stuff, it's crazy. I don't really love the angles on Yasmin's face, but hell, I think I may be more in favor of her overall face than damn Xandra now. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and I was giving Yasmin hell last stream. Because it's just this thing with me, man. You see this angle right? Well, let me show it to you. You see this angle right here? It's sort of sharp, and then it comes down, and this it's an angle right here. It's like a peak. You see? I've never loved angles too sharp of angles on a woman's face, human or synthetic or whatever. I love more rounded. You know what I'm saying? I love for this whole thing to be a little bit more rounded. So that's what takes it away from this particular girl for me. But I'm gonna tell you, other than that, I'm a big fan of this girl. Because this young lady here, her measurements are, she's a 30 B cup. And so I actually like those breasts. They are a little bit bigger than I like both breasts. I like Xandra's breasts as well, but they're a little bit bigger than Xandra's. She has a 24-inch waist. So this is something that me and Austin Steele was talking about last stream. And if you were to go on their site and navigate it like I told you and Austin suggested, and you go and find that body eye, you'll be able to see the proportions of that body. Oh, and that body looks nice because it has that 24-inch waist. But Xandra had the 35-inch hip. And this is what that Austin was asking me about last time. This one has the 40-inch waistline. And I'm going to be honest. I'm a big fan of this body. Because when I looked at the shape on the RealDoll site, I said, wait, now that's a bit more of my flavor as far as like, the way that body was shaped. I'm finna take a quick peek right quick because look, I was actually loving that on when I looked at the site. Yeah, here it is right here. Let me look. Oh yeah. What I really love is, it's something I left out. But what I really love is when you look at this body from the front view on the site, when you click on the body eye, you can see how those hips are spread out. So Austin was like, I think that's the thicker girl. And he's right. This is the thicker girl. 5 foot tall, 24-inch waist, 40 inch hips. I'm actually loving the way she's built up, honestly. Now, this girl weighs a bit now. She comes in at 85 pounds. So she's 85 pounds of silicone. So you may have to be a little bit more wary with your back. So what I love about her is she's in my hot zone for attraction as far as height. She's 5 feet. And she's packing a little bit more of a punch because she's thicker at 85 pounds. And most of it is in that bootay and them thighs. That's what it's looking like. So yeah, I'm a fan of this body, a big fan of this body. So let me stop sharing this right quick and show this, and then I gotta show you guys this again. So I feel like I've done a great job as far as, hey, I just wanted to clean up some things, because that last stream when I was talking about RealDoll, I just feel like I left out a few things that I've talked about now as far as, because now I know more about the measurements. I hacked that up a little bit on that last stream. So I'm hoping people that saw that last stream checks back in here so they can see where I sort of cleaned it up as far as, hey, got the measurements right and gave my true feelings on the bodies. Because I actually do love her body. See, and this picture does nothing for her because, the lighting, that shading hits her jaw right there. It hits her jaw sort of right there. And that's where it sort of sinks in a little bit from the shading. And then, like I told you, it's that angle that was up there, even though it's not quite visible here, it was up there leading to this angle. And although and God bless her, because thank goodness she doesn't have the Leno chin. Because she doesn't have her chin isn't just too big to me. But I still think it's something about that angle it's a little sharp. And he's an artist, so I know everybody's not going to look exactly the same, but that's just my problem with this particular model. Like I told you, I don't actually hate this model. I just probably wouldn't get this model. Austin still compares this model to his doll. He said he thinks it reminds him of an older Layla. And I went back to try to look at that, Austin, to see what I thought about it. And I was like, well, I see where you're trying to dig and find that, but I still wouldn't quite go there. But I see where you were trying to go with it as far as comparing her to Layla, because this picture sort of, I think, brings her a little bit more of her inner Layla out. But I'm still not quite there with you. I love this lip tone that she has. Love the freckles and detail. Like you say, great artistic work is just not my type of girl. I do want to go out down to this picture because you can't tell as much, but you can sort of see the thickness on this girl. You know what I'm saying? I actually like it because now, she doesn't have the muscle tone. You know what I'm saying? Her arm sort of reminds me of Saima's a little bit. It's got that little bit of a little bit of a thicker, you know what I'm saying? Hey, it don't have all that muscle in it. It's just more of an arm. Then you come down to the little waistline right here. I actually like it. If you could see her breast, I have it blotted out, but if you could see her breast, nice breast, and her hips sort of spread out right here. So I'm gonna be honest, I'm a fan of this body. And I don't hate this face. I really don't. I don't hate this face. I mean, if Matt sent me a surprise RealDoll and it was her, I wouldn't be like, man, damn, man, I hate you send me her. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm going to be honest. I really thought I loved Xandra more than her at first, as far as facially. But now I think I'm more with her face because of just Xandra's chin is too Leno-ish. So if Matt was to send me either one of these girls, I think I would be much more happy with this girl. This is something I wanted to show my guy. I wish I could make it bigger, man. But this one I want to show my guy. You can't really see it, but I love. Let me see. I can't make it bigger. I love her. I love the way they got her hands looking. I've heard some real dog owners complain about the hands, saying they're too big and stuff. So once again, I have to see when I get them. But from afar, looking at it on the pictures, they just look beautiful to me, even though they aren't articulated. But I actually like this girl. So that's her measurements. I do love this body. 30 B cup, uh, 24-inch waist, 40-inch hip, 85 pounds. Now that's the only thing that gives me a slight bit of deterrent, because she's only 13 pounds lighter than Saima right here. And Saima is a doozy to pick up. I'm gonna leave it on this one. No, I'm gonna leave it on this one. Leave it on this one for a second. So yeah. Those are the two girls. So I'm done talking about them for a second. That's my review on them. All in all, it still goes down to what we've already said. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. You got to choose what's best for you. This is just Jay Hefner giving his ideas on things. Don't be swayed. Don't try to get something just because I like it. You still have to get something based off of what you like and what's attracted to you. But this is just my take on it. Just to be honest with you, right now, I still wouldn't get either one of these bodies right now. I have my eyes on something else. But I'm gonna be honest with you though. I am very interested in this body eye though. No. I take that back. This body eye would definitely be in the top. If I had to get 5 bodies from RealDoll and put them in my top 5 and choose from them, this body eye would be in it. Aside from the face, I love this body eye. I'm gonna be honest. It's a nice little body. So I would definitely consider it. Definitely consider it. So with all that said, let me catch up. Yeah, Doddtron says RD does removable facial rather than head, so the bones. No, that's not quite true, Doddtron. They have removable faces, but the face underneath doesn't determine how far the jawline protrudes out. That's on the sculpture. You can look at many of their sculptures and see that the jawline doesn't look as bad. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't look like the ones I just showed. Because just in case in point, even with what I've just showed you, Yasmin's jaw doesn't look like, even though she has a sharp angle right up here, it's not as protruding as her counterpart. You see? Like on her face, that's a lot softer than this particular look. You see? And that has nothing to do with the skull. The skull isn't making this chin protrude out. That's just the actual sculpture that he did. And if I was to go on RealDoll's site, which I can, I don't want to just stop pointing out girls I like, because I don't want everybody trying to, if you do decide to get a RealDoll, I don't want you to end up picking up the girl I like. But I just say this: even if you go on their site, believe me, it's several faces that I do like that don't have anything to do with this type of chin structure. So that's why I respectfully just sort of disagree with you on that one. DAS, my guy. He says, love hanging out with you, Jay. You take my mind off all the BS going on around me. Hooked up your paper. Oh, thank you, DAS. God bless you. I do want to tell you this though, man. Like, man, that you make me happy hearing that, because man, I'm like, man, I'm so happy I'm not too caught up in the news and stuff, like, because it'll drive you crazy with how much stuff is going on out here. I don't think I ever finished it, but I'm gonna say this really lightly. I got discombobulated myself, guys, because I was talking about that tragedy that happened with Shanquilla Robinson, the girl that got killed going on vacation by basically one of her friends, and all of them to a certain degree because they didn't prevent it. But that sort of had me broke up the last time I did this stream. I was emotionally like, man, it just hurt my heart. But what I was going to go on to say is, hey, just like DAS says, it's BS going on all around the world. And if you literally, and I was telling my mom this, I said, I'm so glad I don't look at the news and stuff, because the Shanquilla Robinson stuff and the things I find out about by accident, because I'm maybe posting a video and I see somebody talking about something. I'm like, damn, what's happening? And I run across news by accident. Well, that reached my heart that I had to talk about it. Well, aside from that, I'm glad that I don't just look at the news and seek out the news and try to talk about all this stuff. Because why? It won't allow me to bring joy to your life. Why? Because that stuff will start bringing me down, if I look at enough of it. And just to say this, even without paying attention to the news, just since Shanquilla Robinson been killed, it's been killings happening all around. You know what I'm saying? Just since that. I mean, it was the a LGBTQ club that just got shot up. 5 people I think got killed or whatever, and several other injured, and it's just, stuff like that going on. Virginia, the people got killed at Virginia College. The guy shot the folks on the bus. I mean, craziness happening. Then, man, this story is just so crazy to me about these 4 people on campus, on the college campus. They was going to college. They got killed in their off-campus home in a gruesome manner with a damn Rambo knife. And it was 2 other girls in the house. Somehow they sleep through the crap. Dang. And I'm not blaming them, but I'm like, how does something like that even happen where you sleep? Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Let me stop sharing. Where you sleep through some murders like that. That is the craziest thing ever. And I was just wondering, like, how did that even happen? And I got even more information on it, and I don't want to go down that road, but I was just saying, they were saying something about how the people did have defensive marks on their body. So I was like, man, I can't lie. When you hear stories like that, it makes me sick, because I'm an empathizer, and I instantly go into empathizing and put my mind in that situation. And I'm thinking, like, just imagine you sleeping good, especially with your girlfriend or something. And like they say, whoever it was started stabbing them in their sleep. So if you're asleep, even when you get stabbed, you're not going to even hardly notice it like that, because you're knocked out. So it may take you to get stabbed 2 or 3 times for you to fully realize that, damn, I'm getting stabbed. And then you go into a defensive position. And that's what they said, that the kid, they had a lot of defensive, they had some defensive wounds, like they may have, waking up while it was happening. But make a long story short, all that stuff makes me want to, it gets me sick to my stomach to think about all this stuff happening. So make a long story short, luckily I don't listen to all this stuff. I find out about it by accident, and it allows my spirits to be up high, thanking God for all the things he's, providing us. There's ups and downs in this life. And look, it's over so quick. We can't even afford to, we got to send well wishes, pray over people. But man, if we get depressed about what's happening around us too much, you'll look around and realize, damn, you ain't been living. You've been spending the last how many ever years depressed about what's going on around you. Then guess what? You'll look up, you'll be dead. And as you're dying, you'll be thinking like, damn, I spent all my time pissed off about what was around me, stuff that I couldn't change. I might as well have been having fun, trying to make the most of the time I had left. And that's the whole point of, this show as well. Like, hey, let's have some fun, be energized. Look, I'm not going to be focused on that stuff. I need to bring you guys some shine and, some light to your day, because there's too much crap out there for you to focus on anyway, the wrong thing. So let's stay happy, hype, baby. Take our mind off the crap, like you say, DS. God bless you. MGTOW Black Pill Radio says, I don't even have my first dog yet. My dog kingdom is on the horizon, and it will be glorious. Amen, MGTOW. Have a good one, Black Pill. It's actually good that it's not, you don't have it yet, because guess what? Keep on compiling information. As long as you're not going on eBay or some black site, unheard of site, you'll be okay. And honestly, like, if you're looking to get your first dog, you can, if you don't want to be weird, you can look right into my description of all of my videos. Anybody can. I have vendor links there. All great vendors. You can find pretty much any doll that you want, except for a RealDoll. You'd have to go directly to their site because I'm not an affiliate of them at this point. Or a Kimber doll, which I say, hey, if a guy's on a smaller budget, he doesn't want to jump in, getting overwhelmed with prices. I say literally one of the only, if it's just probably one other, but this is the main doll that I suggest for people who are on a lower budget and just really want to get into the game is Kimber doll. And I'm not an affiliate of them either. You'd have to go to their personal site. But if you're looking for any doll in between, legitimate brands, then check my vendors out in the links of all of my videos. And if you go back too far, you won't see the links. So if you don't see the links, just come to more current videos and you'll see it. Brandon. Yes. I'm glad, Brandon. He says, hey, Jay, you make me feel guilty for never checking out your streams. Saw this come up right now and decided to tune in. I hear you on loving the body, but I've got to love everything. Oh, yeah. I know what you're saying. Oh, I wouldn't. And when I say I love the body, you hear what I said. I would love the body, but I'd still get my own face to go with it. I'd still get a different RealDoll face. I love Yasmin. God bless her. I mean, I don't say I love her, but I want to just send that particular doll face well wishes, but she just wouldn't be for me. But I would get that body, and then I would choose the RealDoll face for me. But back to Brandon, he said, Mac made me feel guilty. For one, I ain't never trying to beat up on my viewers, but he said something, and I hope Austin Steele is still here. But he said something to the extent that he said, hey, Jay, you ever heard of Game Lady, dog? He was like, I would love for you to talk about that sometime. I was like, hey, bro, I've talked about Game Lady, several times on several streams. And one of the guys that made me talk about Game Lady, dog, hopefully he's still here, is Austin Steele, because he told me about Game Lady, dog, damn near before they were on any vendor site. Literally, when they popped up on the scene, one of the first people I heard it from about was Austin, because when he told me about it, I started seeing it pop up on the internet everywhere. And this was long ago. This was right when it first came out. And so I've talked about it several times, but like I've told you guys, I've told you millions and millions of times, I have a million shows to do, a lot of shows. I'm talking about more than a year's worth. I got a lot of shows to do, man. I got shows for years and years to come. I mean, it's a lot of brands to talk about. It's a lot of things to talk about. So I don't know when I'm getting to everything. So Brandon was like, man, when you gonna get to Game Lady? And I'm like, well, it's coming up at some point, because I got it written down on the couch. It's coming up. I say, but he said, but I've never heard of it. I said, well, the thing is, you haven't been listening to my streams. I said, you haven't been listening to my streams, because I have brought it up several times. And that's how I know and I love all of my viewers. I know all of you have different viewing habits, but that's how I know when one of my viewers hasn't been looking at a lot of my videos, because I put out a video every day in some form of fashion. So I understand how some of you may be falling behind or whatever. But whenever you come and say, hey, you haven't talked about this, I'd be like, well, no, you're not right about that, because you just haven't seen all my videos. That's all it is. So I ain't trying to beat you up, Brandon, but I'm just letting you know, hey, there's more ground you and a lot of other people, hey, there's more ground has been covered. But if you don't want to miss out on anything, you might want to, stay tuned in every day. Like I say, I don't know how God is going to have the show going forward. We'll cross that bridge when it gets here. But as long as he has it in my power to come on a daily basis, that's where my plans are. DS says, that model is not bad. I would have to see it in normal lighting, though. Yasmin. Yeah. I don't even hate the face, but it still wouldn't be one I would buy. Lord Nemesis. Hell, Jada, I can't help it. What up, Nemesis? What up, my friend in the house? Austin still says, Olivia 2.0's picture give me similar vibes to that photo of Yasmin. But to me, her jawline and chin are a lot more narrow. Oh, yeah. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, bro. Olivia's face, I told you this. If you go on RealDoll site, you'll be able to see this. And you have to go to, like I say, shop all, then hit on RealDoll, and then go to customize your girl, and it'll bring up the faces that you can, choose from. But if you go to the selection of faces and just look at Olivia, where she has the magnifying glass, and you can click the magnifying glass to make her bigger. She has like a red hairstyle. That version of Olivia looks, I hate that version of Olivia. I'm like, I don't like this. I wasn't a fan of hers. But Olivia 2.0 looks like a whole nother doll. She looks so hot as Olivia 2.0. I'm going to look at it again just to, I know I'm right about what I'm saying, but if I'm not mistaken, Olivia 2.0 is super duper hot. I already know she hot, but I want to just see her again. But yeah, Olivia 2.0 is nice. So Angus Fungus in the house. He said, "Hey Jay, he said I missed the latest sync contest. Wasn't even sure of the contestants. I know it's not their stream. Whoever who won. Hey, you should want to go watch it for yourself, Sir Angus. I ain't gonna answer you yet. Now, if you want me to ruin it for you, I will. You know what I'm saying? But if I was you, I would just go watch the stream. That way you can see it develop all in real time. But I'm gonna leave it to you right there. I'll let you tell me. Yeah, Olivia 2.0 is super duper hot. And that's sort of what I was trying to tell Diatron 69. That's what I was trying to tell him. I'm like, nah, bro. All the skull doesn't determine what the jawline is going to be. It's about the sculpture. And clearly you can look at it like a doll like Olivia 2.0 and see exactly what I mean, because Lord have mercy. She does look beautiful as 2.0, because I do not like her as much as the regular standalone version. But 2.0 is beautiful. I like that makeup choice they have on her. Noah Nemesis say, what's up to Fungus? DAS says, I stopped listening to the news a lot. Yeah, amen, brother. A long time ago. It's 99% negativity, and I don't need, nah, man. The news will just have you hating the world, bro. It'll have you looking over your shoulder, hating the world, and not wanting to go outside. And now, like I say, it's crazy because as human beings, yeah, we have to be sort of connected a little bit to just sort of hear a little bit of what may be happening. And so that's why I say I'm a passive news listener, to where I don't ever seek news. News just runs across my doorstep. You know what I'm saying? Then I find out. So Angus says, this is why you are cool, Jay. I'm a negative person. You are a breath of fresh air in my life, man. I can't lie. God bless you, Sir Angus. I'm glad to be, you know what I'm saying, somewhere, have a place where you can come and sort of take that breath of fresh air. But being somebody that love you, I got to say something. Please don't say I'm a negative person. I know what you mean. A lot of us were sort of just raised like this, always sort of just, just speaking about, I was like this, man. I used to say more negative than positive. I'm not any different than you, because why? If you just take a break, man, and start listening to the people around you, you'll realize it's an epidemic. Most people speak the negative all the time. If you just be quiet for a second, listen to what people are saying. Yeah, another bad day. Yeah, it is. Man, things don't never go right for me. Blah, blah, blah. Man, yeah, just my luck. Blah, blah, blah. Man, how you doing today? Oh, it's just another whole day, man. You know how I go. You hear it all the time. So what you got to do is, if you were to stop saying you're a negative person, don't ever say that again. Say you're a positive person. You know what I'm saying? Every time you're tempted to say something negative about your life, say something positive. Guess what? Let's say you overweight. Don't focus on being overweight. Say, hey, you know what? I'm losing weight. I don't care if you done did one sit-up. It's still positive reinforcement. You may say, I'm working out. Guess what? The next day, you might be down on the ground working out. Why? Because you've been speaking it into existence. So that's all I'm saying. I appreciate you here, and I appreciate you know what I'm saying, getting a breath of fresh air. But that's just my little tip of, hey, guess what? I know what you mean, but guess what? You can correct that real quick, man. It'll bring a lot more joy to your everyday life. Believe me. DAS said, I mean, it's so good to hear from you a lot, DAS. I don't get a chance to talk to you that much. But he said, next dollar is Game Lady Tifa or Piper, 140 centimeter. Ooh, that sounds like a great size. Silicone Ariel, super dope models. Man, I can't get Tifa only because that's Austin Steele's girl. And really what I mean by that is I think Tifa is straight up smoking. Let me just say that off the bat. But the reason I wouldn't get Tifa is I have no idea who the hell she is. I mean, other than her being a Final Fantasy girl, I don't relate to her. I don't know who, I don't play. I never played Final Fantasy, even though I didn't. Now that I'm into those type of, turn-based games. But I never really got into it. So I only knew about Tifa pretty much from my friend Austin Steele. Girl is smoking, but I don't have a connection with her. She's just another fine companion dog to me. So like I told him, if they came out with a girl that I love, like a Nami doll or something like that, and it's a lot more. And Nami is not a game lady doll. She's an anime girl. But they would have to come out with a girl that that I'm in, that I'm really in love with, and then I would jump all over it. But right now they just have great girls, but I'm not in love with it. And I don't know if my guy Brandon Den is still around, but see what I mean? Game Lady comes up in the conversation. And like I say, and for all that you don't know, it's just a company that pretty much makes companion dolls based off video games. As far as the Piper 140 centimeter silicone Ariel, super dope models, I want to say this, DA, is the Ariel model is one of the most frustrating models ever, because I told you Ariel model was going to be my first girl, but it was going to be the TPE girl, and I'm going to tell you why. I wanted the silicone Piper model, but you know what, man? This is the conundrum. I wanted the silicone model for the same reason that I wanted Himawari's, because I'm like, man, I wanted to just see what a silicone girl is like, see what the upkeep is like. And after owning a silicone girl, I would rather have a silicone girl as far as upkeep and stuff going forward, because I'm only one person and I can't take care of a whole house full of TPE girls. It's that's gonna be too much work for me. But man, DAS, I have a very bad conundrum when it comes to the Ariel silicone and TPE, because it's the rare case for me where I like the TPE Ariel better than the silicone Ariel. Ain't that crazy? It's the rare case where I literally think the TPE girl looks prettier. It just looks prettier to me. So it's crazy, because I'm like, man, I would rather have the silicone one, but damn, I like the TPE girl better. So I'm like, damn, if I get a Piper doll, it's probably going to be a TPE model. Yeah. I was just saying, yeah, I'm still here. If there's one thing Jay and I talk about more than RealDoll, it's our girl Tifa. EHE, vaginas. He said, like this stream. Yeah. Hey, I hope everybody is liking this stream, sharing this stream, subscribing to this stream. Hey, baby, if you here, I would show love for you to do all those things. All of those things. Dear S says, I can get both of those for less than a RealDoll. Oh, yeah, true. And like I say, we can make these arguments all day. I understand all of them are valid. I mean, hell, you can get 5, you can look, hell, you can go to a ready to ship, where you can get dolls for like $1,200, man. You can get like what, 4 or 5 ready to ship dolls for one RealDoll. They are expensive. I understand. They are expensive. They're not something that every doll owner is going to get. And I'm going to be honest with you. In a way, that's almost another appeal to it, is knowing that everybody's not going to have one because of that expense, But I also want to know that when I think about the RealDoll, I just want to know, okay, it's already way more than all these other dolls. And here's the deal. These prices were set before all these companies came along. And I just think that it was such a rare thing that the price was a bit more justified. That's all. You know, I do, and this is just me being frank. I think it was a bit more justified because it was like, hey, where else you gonna find this at? But now I just think that the price probably should have been adjusted at least by a couple of thousand, just due to the fact that all these other companies have come out now. You know what I'm saying? And it is other places to find it. So I wouldn't want him to cheapen his doll too much because, you know, it is something about something being, you know, it's, you know, costing that much for a reason, because there are high level companies like, and you have a couple of dolls, DA, it's like a Gynoid doll. Now I don't want to go too deep because it's companies I don't want to talk about right now. But let's just say Gynoid doll, you know, their most expensive doll is close to $5,000, you know, $4,000 or something. So from what I remember. So all I'm saying is that's not too off from a real doll. So if a real doll is using even better products or something than they are, then it would be justified for being a little bit more expensive. And so that's why I say it could be overpriced maybe by 1,000 or so, but it's not too much overpriced considering that there are companies out there that sell these high end dolls that are, you know, closer to $5,000. You know, so that's why I say it's not too far, you know, past those companies. But it's true. You can bargain it out like that and say, man, I can get $2, $3, $4, $5 for this price. But like I told you, one thing that you won't have when you do that is a real doll. And that may not be important to the normal doll owner because, like you said, you can see so much value in dolls that aren't real dolls. You be like, man, forget it. I don't need that. But for somebody like me, I can't lie. This is just how I feel about DA is I can buy 10 Gynoids. I can buy whatever I want. You know what's going to bother me at the end of the day? I'm still going to be wondering what a real, you know what I'm saying? I still need to know what a real doll like. So it really don't matter. At the end of the day, I have to find out. So it don't even matter what I could get for the same price. You know what I'm saying? For me. Dolltron says, he says, I think Taiyu dolls look the most promising at the high end. I just say this, Dolltron, I get what you're saying, and I respect that point of view, but I don't want to go to the hyperbolic statement of saying most, because most is excluding everything else. And I can't lie, I've seen too many beautiful dolls to honestly put anybody with most right now. I can't go with most with damn near anybody. You know, I gotta hold off for a second on that. You know, because they aren't the most in my eyes. I say that. I like Taiyu dolls, but they aren't the most. They are one of the dolls companies that I do like that I've seen. But just to be full disclosure, I haven't done a deep dive into Taiyu dolls. I have just seen I've seen their product, and I am a fan of their product. I got a good friend, Mishka Valentino, who has a Taiyu doll that I absolutely love. But when I see that doll, and it's a great doll, I don't see her quality and say that she would be the most promising at the high end. I'm like, no. I wouldn't put her at most promising. But I would say she's a very good doll. DAS says Taiyu is very nice. I agree, they are very nice. Roxy Nebula in the house. Big ups, Jay. Stay blessed. What up, Roxy? He says, I love Taiyu lightweight bodies. And speaking of lightweight, I'm hoping the WM comes out with this super duper lightweight body that they got that you can pick up with one finger. I showed it a long time ago on stream. I ought to show that again, man. Because now I ought to be able to show it without it stalling. Let me see. Brandon Dennis says, might be too dangerous to watch you every day, Jay. I'd be too tempted to drain my sandwich on all you. Nah, I wouldn't let you drain it because, my advice to all of y'all is, I don't care how much you get caught up, how much you get dog fever, whatever it may be, hurry up and wait. If I was just, like I say, even with my links on my videos and stuff, I just say once you really decide to get a dog, hey, you might as well come use my link. It helps the show. It's going to help me stay around and do my show on a day-to-day basis and keep me from disappearing, trying to do other things to make ends meet, you know. So it'll always help the show. But I don't never try to I'm never trying to push people on buying stuff quickly or buying from me. Cause I'll even tell you, hey, I want you to go through my sites, but if you choose not to, God bless you. I'm still here for you. But I was just saying, hey, I always say, I'm not trying to get you to spend your money. I'm gonna always tell you, hey, take your time. The dog game is something serious, bro. Now you can take your time, and at some point you do need to go ahead and make a decision because it's always going to be something better. You'll wait till the end of your life waiting on the best dog because it's always going to be something better. You're going to buy your dog. Like I told somebody, when I bought Saim, and I love this girl, when I bought her, man, it was the next year, and I'm going to talk about that in the video, that they came out with upgraded hands for WM going forward. It just was stocked with, but guess what? I didn't even have the option. So it's always going to be something better coming out. But you need to give it as much consideration as possible of what material you want, silicone or TPE, which is thermoplastic elastomer. It's going to be harder to take, a little bit harder to take care of TPE than silicone. Silicone is a little softer overall. TPE is a little softer overall than silicone, so you might like to make love to it better. So you got to figure out what type of dog owner you want, what material you want to buy, silicone or TPE. Then you got to look real hard. Which brand do you want to go with? Then when you find a brand, which face do you want in there? It's a lot to look, a lot to consider. And man, dog owners will tell you, the more you look, the more you're going to be going down the rabbit hole of, damn, I like this one. I like this one. But you'll find a girl you'll settle on pretty. So, you'll find one eventually. You'll find one eventually. And like I say, even when you get her home, you still may be like, damn, I could have got this one or that one. But you'll be happy. But, that's just the dog game for you. It's always going to be another dog out there. Austin Seal said, that's right. That's Austin's girl. Yeah, and at this point, I wouldn't dissuade anybody else from getting a Tifa, just because Austin has her. But me, it'll be messed up because, I interact with all, I'm like a center point to be like interacting with all of you all the time. So I don't want to go out there knowingly getting a dog just like one of y'all got. You know what I'm saying? Now keep in mind, a lot of you have Kimber dolls and stuff, and I have a Kimber doll. But at the core of it, nobody's doll is the same. I've even did the show talking about every Kimber doll is different because once you put your love and care into her, she's going to be her own unique thing. So with the Tifa thing, it's not really so much about me buying her, not wanting to buy her just because she looks like a doll Austin wants. It still sort of goes back to the thing is, I don't really have a lot of justification. I don't really know a lot about her. If I'm just going to go on looks, I can get all type of dogs if I'm just going to go on looks. But the girl is fine. I say that. Austin says, I'm in a Discord of doll lovers, and they jokingly tell me all the time to sell Samantha to make room for Tifa. I bet they trying to get your real dog, man. But I tell you this though, unless they really serious, which you definitely know not to do that. But I say this just to bring up Discord. It is going to be, I've said this months ago, man, guys, I'm so behind on a lot of stuff, but work with me. Still ain't added that extra Jedi level to my membership. But with all that said, I do plan on bringing my Discord back, but it's not going to be an open Discord like it used to be. It's probably going to be it's either going to be only for Dog King Army team members, or either I might form, dang, I can't think of it. Ooh. Either way, it's another thing. I forgot the name of it, but you're gonna have to be a part of one of those two things to be in the Discord. But I do plan on bringing mine back at some point soon, honestly, probably for next year. Austin still says, "Yo, I love Tifa and all, but not that badly." What are you talking about? Not that badly? Oh, to sell Samantha? Oh, no! I don't blame you. Oh, no, don't do that. Val Schnitzel in the house. What up, Val? Val, hey, I love you, Val. But hey, when you was like Sheila, hey, remember you was on my, even though this ain't the Dog King Power Hour, but Val on the other day, he was like, man, I still don't think that he basically said in a way that, hey, Sheila is still, and I love my girl Sheila Ailey, but he said I think she should have. I forgot, I can't reveal that right now. Because my guy might be watching, and I don't want him to see the winners. I told him that he can go look at the show himself so he can see all the details. So I ain't gonna bring up the winners of the scent competition. Donald Trump says the Piper Ariel is 2 silicone models, 140 and 150. The 140 is closer to the TPE one. You might want another look. Okay. I thought that the silicone one was just the same from what I saw. I didn't think, and even if it was a bigger body, I thought it would look exactly the same as the bigger one. You know what I'm saying? I'm going right to piperdodge.com. I'm just going to go see what they got over there. I see Piper Dodge Area TPE. She hot, man. I'm sorry. That girl hot, man. I'm looking. Hold on, guys. Okay. It didn't show it. Okay. You said Piper Dodge Area 150. Okay, let's see what 150 look like. 150. Yeah, she don't quite look like, the 150 don't quite look, you know what I'm saying? I like her. I do like her, but I was like, you know what? She don't quite look as good as the TPE one for me. Let me check out 140. You right. Yep. Yeah. 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 Now I would get that one. Yep. That's the one I would get. Yep. Yep. You right. 140. Yep. I'm glad you said that. Let me put that up there. That's why I need you around sometime, DAS. That's good. That's a good call there. DAS pointed out something. I didn't even notice that one because well, I haven't been on that site in a long time though. But DAS says they have Piper Dot has a 140 centimeter TPE Piper area. And I love the TPE Piper area. No, that ain't the one. That ain't the one. That ain't the one I want. That ain't the tweet. That's what I want to put up. He said Piper area has 2 silicone models. That's what I didn't know. A 140 and a 150. He said the 140 is closer to the TPE one. You might want to look another look. The 150, it looks a little off. It's not a bad dog, but it doesn't look exactly like Ariel to me. If you go look at the TPE girl, it blows my mind, honestly. But when I went to look at the 140 centimeter Ariel, now, thank you, DAS. She does look more like the TPE girl. So I would get her. So I'm with you. If I had to get, I would get her in the silicone version. Thank you, man. And honestly, I would have the doll like you in that case because I just love Ari. I don't give a damn who own her. I like her. I mean, that was gonna be my first doll, so I love her. That's a great doll. He says I have a 140 centimeter TPE. Oh, so he got a 140 TPE Piper Era. He says she's super dope. I'm a silicone dye, but Piper has the best TPE on the market. Yeah, I heard some great things about Piper doll and their TPE. And like I said, I heard that honestly, it's crazy. I heard the only people that's really is close to the softness of a Piper doll's TPE is literally what's called a silly doll. They say they use where's they oh yeah, they say something about the silicone in Thailand is super soft or something. Like they say it's the only thing comparable to a Piper dog. But they say Piper does have some great TPE on the market, some of the best, if not the best. So I give you that on that. And honestly, DAS, I don't know what I am right now. You know what I'm saying? I think I called it right when I did the video. When I was advising people, when I gave people advice, I'm like, honestly, like you may find out you're a silicone guy, you may find out you're a TPE guy. If you don't want to do any upkeep, I'm letting you know, hardly any upkeep, I'm letting you know you're a silicone guy. And me, I'm not sitting up here being saying I love work, but I do love the TPE girl, so I don't mind putting in the work. I love both of them because I love having my TPE girls to just really super duper hug up on, and I love the realism of my full silicone ladies. But I wouldn't just want to have full silicone ladies. Like I told you, my advice would be for every doll owner to have one of each. And even DAS, he mentioned that to me. But I told him, I said, hey, I'm already going to talk about that when he told me. But that's my thing is I like both. I would always want to have one of each at least. You know what I'm saying? At the very least, I would want to have a TPE girl and a silicone girl. So I do like both. And like I told you, if it came down to that area and I could only get that fine version in TPE, then I would get her in TPE. But I said this whole diatribe because I'm like, DAS, I can't lie, man. I don't think I would just consider, you know, like I said, I wouldn't call myself a silicone guy. I love the material though. You know what I'm saying? I think that, you know, like I told you, I'm going to amass more silicone girls due to the nature of the upkeep. That's the real thing that's going to make me have a lot more silicone girls, is because, man, I can't have a house full of TPE girls that I got to wash extensively. I can't do it. My guy DAS says Jay would give you dog fever. He showed you all these beautiful ladies. What red-blooded man wouldn't want one? Right, DAS. Or 20. Right, DAS. Val said, what up? Oh, sweet. He says the new 140 silicone matches the 140 TP. I done got all off subject. We ain't probably even be talking about this, but I'm just catching up with chat though, so we good. He said the new 140 silicone matches the 140 TPE model for Piper. 150 silicone is different, and I have that one too. Yeah, that 150, God bless her. You know, I ain't saying she a bad doll at all, DA. So God bless her since you have her. But she just ain't. It's something about her that just look a little off for me. That's what it is. Brandon says, I got a TPE Piper as well, and I've been thinking about going silicone next time. But Jay's silicone versus TPE video has me thinking otherwise. I've got to have the squish. The problem is, Brandon, you can't have like I say, if you loving your TPE doll, I promise you, man, once you get to taking care of your silicone girl, oh, you gonna love her, bro. I promise you. When you get to taking care of her, you're gonna be like, these son of a guns been getting away with this crap. So you're gonna love taking care of her. But I'm just talking about, let's just say, if you're into making a whole bunch of love to your TPE girl, which once again I haven't made love, I don't know 100%, but I'm just gonna assume it's probably gonna be a bit of a better experience overall. So you know what I'm saying, you still gonna want a TPE lady. So if you're just gonna get one and you prefer TPE, you know, like I don't know if your other girl has gone bad or something. Now, if she's still some good, I would say go get the silicone girl. You already got a TPE girl. But if she's torn up or messed up, if she's messed up in any way, I would get I would replace her with a TPE girl. And so I don't know what you're talking. Now, if you're just saying, hey, I'm gonna let this girl wear out, and the next time this is what I'm gonna get, well, yeah, of course, go back with TPE. But I know they could have been confusing. So either way. Okay, DAS says this. He says Piper silicone is super soft, almost matches most TPE girls. So that's good to know. You know what? I'm glad he said that because I've said this before. A lot of these companies out here are beginning to make their silicone start to catch up with TPE. I just still think the thing with silicone is they still have their hard spots, you know, when they get to certain parts of the body. But a lot of us like it because it sort of adds to the realism. Like an arm shouldn't be as soft as a booty, you know, in most cases. You know what I'm saying? unless you got you a big thick woman. So, you know, a shoulder blade shouldn't be as soft as a butt. You know what I'm saying? So in most cases, it just feels, you know, you just be like, okay, well, you know, it's just more realism. But I have heard great things about Piper Doll silicone that is super soft, and it's some other companies out there that are super duper soft with their silicone. And I told you that some of them have comparable silicone to actually make love to. But I say on the average now, on the average, when you buy a silicone doll, it's going to be, you know, you're going to notice the difference as far as it being a bit harder in a lot of places than your TPE girl. Brandon said it's good to know the DAS. Austin's, oh man, it's over. You know, I just say this only when it's, you know, hopefully I'll be able to make some adjustments before I leave the earth. I just say that. And I ain't gonna say hopefully. I know God is gonna set it up to where I can make some type of preparation. But I just say this. It ain't no getting back down to any dollars where I'm a healthy and whole individual. And I plan on being that my whole life. Like I told you, hopefully God will give me a sign before before he takes me away completely and I can make some arrangements. But getting back down, I'm not even thinking about it unless one of my dogs, you know, breaks or something crazy happens to one of them. He said, I've come to accept two things. Ruby's not going anywhere, and Allison will always stick around in some form. Yeah, that's like Callie. Like, it's no way I'm getting rid of her by any means. She'll always be around. No. You didn't derail the topic. I was just saying that, you know, for anybody to tune in just for that, I was like, man, hey, sorry to everybody else, but nah, I'm getting through my comments, and I like my comments to be diversified. To hell with this dog talk, man. Hell, this dog talk. But because it's only one real treat that I really want to share with you guys, because we've already done. I've already talked about the two real dogs. I want to just talk a little bit more about an interview I found with Matt. I want to share a little bit of that. I could hold up on it, but I'm thinking I just want to share a little bit of it. So he said, when her F body gets to that point, my real dog may get renamed. Oh, okay. I bet now. I doubt you do it. You'll probably end up with another real dog for you rename Samantha. I doubt you do it. I doubt you do it. But you could though. You know, you could. You could. And the Virgo in the house says, God bless. Okay. So let me talk to you guys about this now. Let me see. I think I'm ready to talk about this other thing. Let me see. Okay. So yeah, man, let's go back to Matt for a second. And it's an actual video I saw. It's a nice video. I liked it a lot, honestly. Matt talks a lot of good stuff in this video. It's stuff that many of us have sort of heard before. It's stuff many of us have heard before. But it was something that I found in this interview that made me. I was like, man, I might have to. I might have to let this play, and I might just stop it right when I get to the point. And luckily, with this video, it's going to show a little bit of real dog stuff, but luckily, everything is already blurred out, so I don't have to worry about blurring it out. You know, you may see a body, but you're not going to see nipples and vagina and stuff. So I think I'm gonna share this. I'm gonna let it play. Now when it first starts playing, that may not be the exact part I want to show you, but I think it's like less than a minute, and it's gonna get to the part that I want to talk about. But I'm just gonna let it play a little bit because I like the video. And I like learning and just constantly. And honestly, like I say, Matt, man, it's crazy. I don't know how much of this video I'm gonna show because I think I don't want to let this stream go to it's Monday. I don't want to make you guys the stream go to too far, but it's actually a more videos. I just really want to break down Matt some more, you know. So I may not have this one going too far. So let's see. So let's just let it play from right here and see what's going on.
So Matt McMullen, he's the owner, he's the creator of RealDoll. He's been doing this for like 20 years, and it seems like he's ready to enter into a new phase. He wants to start implementing artificial intelligence and robotics.
Just let you know, this is an older video, of course.
And make these dolls kind of come to life. And I'm really interested to see how far along he's come. I think the first kind of feeling I had when I walked in was that there were way more people here than there actually are.
Yes, and it's funny because one of the coolest things I think about the dolls that we make is that they do convey a presence, and they kind of feel like there's someone in the room, even though they're not.
Yeah.
And I've been doing this almost 20 years, and I make the things, and I still get that feeling. So this is my little creative corner. This is where I do a lot of my original sculpting. You know, for example, this is a brand new face. I'm still sculpting it in clay.
And is this just based on something from your mind, or is
Yeah.
it based on a photo?
No,
or
this came right out of my head. I don't know. You know, I sort of absorb different features, and subconsciously they get regurgitated.
What made you want to?
I gotta stop there right there, because that's the part I wanted to show. Man, when I first started this stream, and when I was talking about how, man, God bless these artists, these doll workers, these people that's creating things for us to have companions, man. You know, I'm serious, man. My heart goes out to these people. They're doing something that I can't do. They like I say, man, if it wasn't for Matt, just Matt alone, man, this industry, you know, it's always somebody that comes along and change things, but like, who knows how long we would have had to wait for this industry if it wasn't for somebody, if Matt hadn't came along himself and actually forced people to start making these companion dolls in a true human type form. You know what I'm saying? Like, he made people start noticing them, like, okay, dang, hey, I want to do that. I want to do that. And, you know, he really pretty much created this industry to a certain degree in the way that it is now. But, you know, even when we were just critiquing his faces and stuff, like I say, beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. You know, these people, I know they're creating stuff, you know, for us to buy and stuff, but, you know, and we're going to critique things as a customer. But like I told you, it's the empathetic side of me that says, it's a lot that goes into this. I don't want to shortchange their work. I understand it's a lot that goes into this. So when I'm saying, even when I said, I forgot which face it was, but when I said it was a particular face that was ugly to me, it actually sort of hurts my heart a little bit, because I don't want to disrespect a guy like Matt, you know, or this coming up with these faces. And what I really wanted to show on this one, what the part that you just saw was, a lot of these doll companies use they use models. They'll call models to come in, or they'll look at superstars and then they'll try to put, you know, make a face based on the superstar, stuff like that. But man, Matt hit me different when he said that part about, I don't know what this face was. I just pulled it from my heart. You know, it just came from the insides of me. And man, that really hit me so differently, because I was like, you know what, man, even the faces that I don't like, even Xandra, with her, when I say she had a Leno chin, true enough, that's my observation of it. But man, this man pulled this out of his spirit. It wasn't like he was looking at some woman, you know what I'm saying, and made her. No, this man is that's what he says he does with all the faces. He is literally bringing these women out of his imagination. So even with the jawlines being a little harder and stuff, sometimes I was just thinking like, damn, man, yeah, it may not be perfect for me, but damn, man, this dude really straight up pulling these faces, whole faces, out of his subconscious. And although I may not like everything he does, man, that's to be respected and commended, and like, damn, man, you know, I don't want to be too hard on people that are creating for me. You know what I'm saying? Of course, we got to judge, you know, we got to tell the industry what we like so we can get what we like. But damn, I'm so appreciative of people like that, and just the care that goes into this game, man. This is much more than some people could think. But I'm gonna go a little bit more. I don't want to show too much. I don't think I'm gonna show too much more of this video though.
The first Love Doll.
I had sculpted female forms, smaller size, for a very long time, and I gradually decided I want to do a life-size sculpture. but I didn't want to do something that was static, like a stone sculpture or something rigid. And I had this idea to use something that was flexible and have it be posable.
Mhm.
And I started getting people reaching out to me going, I really love what you're doing. And I just have to ask you, is it possible to use this creation of yours as a sex toy? And at first I was like, no, that's not what this is. But little by little, more people would ask me that same exact thing. So I made a decision to just go with it.
So what's the next step for the RealDoll?
We're pushing into using this newer technology that's emerging in terms of robotics and artificial intelligence.
But I just want to stop right there because I think I'm gonna stop this video here because I don't want to go too far, because I do want to do another stream where there's a couple of videos that I just want to take a deeper look at Matt again, you know what I'm saying? Because I found some interesting things that I want to highlight on. But just for the purposes of that video, what I just showed, I just want to hit back on a point when I was telling people he did not start, you know, that's why I would say DAS sort of said it earlier about how much negativity it is in this world. It's all you can, if you want to pay attention to it, you can get negative, believe me. If you want to be negative, it's easy to do. But like he said, he comes here to sort of be refreshed, makes me feel good. But you know, something else you could do to be refreshed, man, is doing something you love to do and letting it lead you somewhere. I ain't saying you got to change careers or nothing, but just do something you love to do. You just never know where things take you, you know? And I'm doing something y'all don't understand, but some of you do, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just so passionate about what I do, man. It's just a fire that's steadily in me. And I just want to motivate people, man. Hey, just look for something that, you know what I'm saying? Forget this game. Everybody ain't gonna do this game. That ain't what I'm talking about. What I'm saying is just find something that you like in life, right? And sort of clasp on to it. Just do it. Do it, right? Don't do it trying to make money and be rich and all this other ridiculous crap. Just do it. You know what I'm saying? Do it, you know, do it because you love it and see where it takes you. And so, although he was starting it to be a business, it was a passion of his heart. And that's what I want to just, I've told you guys this before. He didn't start this to be into sex dolls. I mean, not sex dolls, because they're not sex dolls, but he didn't start this to be into companion dolls and, you know, making this life possible. He got into it doing something totally different. He liked making sculptures. He liked making beautiful women. And he thought that they could be used in stores as mannequins. But what happened? His dream turned into something else because somebody said, hey, can you do this with it? And enough people came to him to where, damn, his dream started changing. And he loves what he does. But he's allowed his dream to take him there. And, you know, a lot of people look at people like a mad, and I've been one too. You look at people that have made it and you think about how to make it instead of doing what you love to do. How about you just do what you love, and that way you can bring the world some happiness. And guess what? You never know where doing what you love may take you. Now, it may not take you to riches, but you know what it can take you to? To a very, very happy life. Because, you know, man, not to go through all my dreams, but one of my dreams is to come into enough overflow to where I can help others. You know what I'm saying? To where I'm not just doing good for myself, that I can help somebody else contribute to the world in some tangible, you know, actual financial way. You know, I want to give back what I'm doing now, but also financially. But even without making a red dime, I'm so happy. I'm so fulfilled because, man, you know, that's why I come every day. I don't know how God is going to bless me or how my life might change in the next month. I don't know if you know what gonna happen, but every day that I can come, I'm gonna do what I love to do. And I'm not making money to pay my bills or anything like that. But guess what? I'm also not doing it with that motivation. I'm doing it because I love this. I love what I do. I love you out there. I love talking to you and stuff like that. So guess what? Yeah, I don't know where my journey is going to take me, but that's what you got to do too. Do something you like to do. Do it a lot. You know, see where it take you. You might have been on the job for 20 years and look up and be like, damn, I'm doing what I love to do now. All because I started doing it when I got off work. Damn, now I'm doing this all the time. So I just thought that was super interesting as far as how, you know, his journey turned. And I've talked about it before, how he ended up getting into this whole game. And now, like you say, he damn near the leading person in America, you know, as far as the AI technology and making them look human to a certain degree. So with all that said, I think that's all I'm going to show on that video, because I'm going to revisit that video, I believe. Because I'm still going to be talking about RealDoll here and there over the next week or two, a lot, honestly. But tomorrow, I'm trying to think, man, I don't know which show I'm going to do tomorrow. It may be more on RealDoll, or it may be some other subject, but I'm not sure if it's going to, be a video or not. I have to think about it. But with all that said, we're pretty much done here today. Been a great stream. I'm going to check in with y'all before I get out of here. Let's see what's happening. Blah, 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 blah. Austin says, so when her F-bomb, okay, and the Virgo, Brandon says, hi, Jay, thanks. He said, thanks, Jay. That was super enlightening. He said, it'll probably be a replacement down the road. Okay. He said, you're right that TPE is high maintenance. Since I've never tried silicone, ignorance is bliss. Right. Now, I say this, though. I don't know how tall your doll is, but if it's somewhere around 140 centimeters now, you may want to get that silicone area, because it looks damn near just like the TPE version. And if it's super soft, which I've heard Piper doll silicone is super soft, man, you may want to transition. I'm going to be honest. Now, you may want to transition. Because it's night and day as far as, keeping them clean. But, I can't lie. It's these pairs of shoes I always keep buying. I found this anime company that I really like. They don't sponsor me or anything like that, but I like them. They're called Gear Anime, and I love their anime shoes. And I always buy. I got whenever a pair, like I'm wearing a pair of their shoes now, if they ever wear out, I'm going to buy another pair. You know what I'm saying? The same type of make, maybe not the same shoe, but the same type of shoe. So I can buy the same thing over and over again when I really like something. So like you say, your TPE girl can wear out here. If you really love it that much, you can go back and get another one, And if you only got one, I'm going to be honest. Yeah, you have to maintain them, but damn it, if you got one, after having 4 or 5 girls now, man, I'd be in hog heaven taking care of one TPE girl. Man, it'll be easy. It's work. It's more work than silicone, but with one, it'll be easy. Andy the Virgo says, fire hoodie, by the way. Thank you, Andy. Appreciate you, man. I was able to add a little something to the hoodie game, man, because like I'm sort of like I've told you guys before, I'm sort of like a Mr. Rogers, where I usually try to find me my shirt and me and the girl are wear it for several shows. But that's not me wearing it every hour of the day. It's like a uniform. I normally wear it for my show, then I take it off and things of that nature. But I love my hoodies, and I wish I had the abundance to where I could literally have a different hoodie on every day. And I'm praying for that day to come. But right now, I have to put a Mr. Rogers, and basically I set out my work. I set up my work shirt for the week, pretty much. DAS says, regardless how you feel about RealDoll, Matt is the man. He was the innovator and started the whole industry. No matter, I got to put that up there. No matter what brand you like, it wouldn't exist without Matt found a real. Exactly. That's why I say I got so much respect for him, and that's why I had to bring it back to, man. I'm really just thankful for him, and and people like him, man. That's why I say, even when I may not like your creation, guys out there, keep creating, because you know what? It's just like human women. When I don't like a face, it's somebody that's wishing for that face. When I think a face is too hard, it's somebody that's loving that face. When I say she got a Jay Leno chin, somebody say that's the perfect chin for me. You know what I'm saying? So keep doing what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, my only thing with Matt is he has faces that I love. Don't get me wrong. He has faces that I love. Honestly, a few of them I love. I just want him to have more faces to choose from. But like I told you, I didn't understand his whole process till I saw that little tad bit in the video, because I sort of thought that he was sort of like these other companies to where they maybe look at faces and then they get, they'll sort of base them off faces, or they'll get 3D scans of actual human faces and human models. But Matt started it all. So that's what I was thinking. Like, just think about it. Since he started it all, and he was just coming up with these faces out of the blue. Well, he's not finna start necessarily doing exactly like those other companies that are printing real human faces, because you know his company was founded off of making creations from his heart. You know what I'm saying? Like that would be hard for me to do if I was like making, let's just say I made 50 faces. All of them were originals coming from my brain, not from any models or anything. And then all of a sudden, I don't think I would be just trying to switch over to scanning the face and making my job easier, because I'd be like, but nah, I normally create these faces from my, you know, I feel better about my work when I'm coming up with it from my heart. So I don't know how he feels about that, but I'm thinking that that's probably how he feels. And honestly, I give him much more leeway on his faces, knowing how he comes up with them. That doesn't mean I'm going to buy one of the ones I don't think are attractive, but I would say I give him much more leeway as far as saying, you know what, I'm cool with some of these faces not being perfect or not being as beautiful as I might like, because guess what? They're coming right from your heart, bro. It ain't like you're looking at a canvas. I mean, it's not like you're looking at a picture and painting. You're coming up with this stuff from your brain, so, and your spirit. So with all that said, this stream was all about sort of cleaning up my last stream a little bit on the 2 Real Dolls, where I had a couple of things a little inaccurate, and you know, didn't have I don't think I had the heights ready for the girls or the weights, and I just cleaned it up. So if you go back and listen to the full stream, you'll be able to hear my full thoughts on both of the 2 new models that RealDoll has put out. They have a Xandra face, and they have a Xandra 1.0 face and a Yasmin 1.0 face and body. Both of them have bodies as well. Xandra has the J body, and Yasmin has the I body. The I body is a bit thicker body, 5 feet tall, 185. Look, hey, 24-inch waist, 40-inch hips. And Xandra's body, the skinnier body, the J body. I love that I body, so I remember it off the bat. But that J body is like 5'4". If I'm not mistaken, it has like a 32A cup, 26-inch waist, so the waist is a little wider. She has that athletic build with these, you know, little six pack or 4-pack, whichever one you want to call it. Then she has like a 35-inch waist, so it's a smaller waist, not as big as butt on that one, a little bit taller. So those are 2 of the bodies, and I broke both of those down, let you know how I felt. Then we, you know, answer questions, talk to the good people in chat. Like I said, DS and all you guys, don't feel bad about answering different questions. That's what I'm here for. But we got to talking about a lot of different stuff: silicone, TPE girls, different brands. So we had some fun with that. And then I tied everything back up by showing a little video of Matt, where he was sort of breaking down his process for coming up with faces and things of that nature. And honestly, it's crazy. It's just something about it that was heartfelt to me. You know what I'm saying? Just very heartfelt. And stay tuned with me, guys. We got a lot to break down. I mean, we ain't got but 1 more month in this year, man. 1 more month after next week. So, man, I'm already letting you know I'm not going to get to all the shows that I want to get to nowhere near before the end of this year. But we'll keep trudging along. We'll keep trudging along and trying to get there. But other than that, love you guys. Hit that like, hit that share, subscribe if you haven't. I appreciate you being here. Have a great Monday. Start your day off with a smile. Think about positive, not negative. Look, turn off the news. Guess what? It'll find you anyway. So don't focus on it. God bless your families. God bless your lives. Whatever it is you're hoping for, wishing for, finances, health, new relationships. We're praying you got it. Believe it. Then you can receive it. But as of right now, me, J-Dog King Hefner, and the beautiful, and I'm loving this girl today. She got her little hat on. We watched the Grizzlies game, got smoked today, by the way. And our football team got beat Chicago. But the beautiful Saima Renee Uzumaki sitting right next to me. And got my girl Himawari in the back, looking all sexy. And hey, for my guy DAS, don't worry. Hey, Mara Blade will be making a appearance very soon over the holidays. So she will be coming out just for you, DAS. So, but as of right now, we finna get the hell out of here. Got a couple more comments I want to check on before I go. Oh, perfect. Andy the Virgo says, I agree, man. Do what you love. I'm an adult man who plays Pokemon. Yes, and helps people watch anime and helps people and watch anime. Right. Do what you love. I love that. And I love, I'm an anime watcher. I'm mad because I'm caught up on everything. I'm caught up on everything I was watching. So yeah, do what you love. Dodge says not exactly true. Orient industry, Japan was doing dolls in the 80s. Matt might have innovated the use of silicone. Well, I have to look that up myself because I do love Orient industry. They are amazing. But from what I heard, that Matt was the first one. People, you can even look it up on the internet. People give Matt credit for being the first one to make a doll in woman form like that, outside of the blow up version. So, as far as I know, everybody gives Matt the credit. I could even look it up, the campaign doll history in it. I did a whole show on campaign doll history. So me and you disagreeing about a lot, Dodd-Tron. I'm gonna be honest with you. Not a lot, but we've disagreed about a couple of things. I have a different opinion on a couple of things than you do. Because from what I've heard, now they have been around for a while though. But my thing is, I don't know if they were I don't know if they were companion dolls at that time though. They said they were making mannequins. So I'm not sure if they were let me see. Hold on. I don't know if they were used for companions for that long, no. That's the whole thing. So you could be right about this. But I don't know why they wouldn't mention them then. Of course, Japan has always played a big part in companion dolls as far as the history is concerned. Because like they say, the Dutch seamen first traded, when I was looking up the history of dolls, the Dutch seamen actually sold their companion dolls that they made on the ship to the Japanese. And that's where they sort of start getting introduced to the whole doll. I'm gonna put this in here. If I don't find this, I'm finna get out of here though, because we done with this stream. But I was just trying to check on what he was saying. Oh, hold on, let me see something. I love live streams. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I love live stream. Yeah, it don't say when they actually started making them actual love dolls. Don't really say. Yeah, see, it don't really say. Don't really say, my friend. It's like I say, they could have been just like Mac, because it's a lot of companies that started out making mannequins, but they weren't sex dolls yet. Like even Iron Tick doll, they was making mannequins at one point. So this is this article I read a long time ago, I believe. No, this ain't it. Which one is it? I think this it. This it? This ain't it either. I think this it. Let me see. No, this don't look like it either. Is this it? I'm looking for an article I found a while back where I was talking to you guys a while back, but this is a different computer, so I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find it. No, this ain't it either. Where was it at, man? Is this it? I'm gonna see if that's it. Oh, hell no. That ain't it either. I wonder what that damn thing is. Well, keep in mind, this ain't this show, so I had a whole little article, man, where it broke down the whole little history of it. But make a long story short, they just tell you how the actual campaign dog came about. The one that we using right now. Like I said, because the Germans actually made the first real campaign doll as we know them, but they didn't make, of course they made them for war though. The Germans were the ones that really came up with the modern sex doll. I don't see it on here though. On this computer. I had to look at it on another computer. I mean, I have to find it again for you another time. We ain't gonna worry about it. Cause I hate I can't find it. It was a great article. I mean, a great article. It broke it down all the way, just like I liked it. No, it ain't showing it though. So I'm gonna get on out of here. I'm gonna try one more time. Here it is, but nah, this ain't the site that I like. This ain't the site that I like. This ain't the site. Let me see. What is this? No, this is the wrong thing. From this dude said from leather dummies. That's crazy. Even though they did used to be made out of leather dummies, though. That's true. I mean, leather. Let me see what they say on this one. This ain't the one either. 2 years before the Jinx. No, this ain't. Man, I wish I could find it. It's only on my other computer. That's why I do love my other computer more, though, man. It just seems like, I ain't gonna say I love it more, but it just seems like it pulls up better sites. I mean, it pulls up the stuff that I'm used to finding. You know what I'm saying? Like this one here, just it's pulling up. It ain't pulling up the. He got me started out because, man, I hate that I can't find that. This looked like it though, but this ain't it. I don't think this is it. This looks like the article that I had found a long time ago, but it ain't it. Dark night. How about this one? No, that ain't it either. Okay, I ain't gonna worry about it. So either way, guys, forget it. Either way, I already did that story, that show anyway, talking about the history of dolls. So, but either way, my bad. Don't know the whole history. Just knew it blew up after Matt. Peace out, Jay. Donald Trump. It's because of the Japan market was hid and not distributed. They just sold local. Well, yeah, I don't really know. I can't lie. As far as that's concerned, they don't. I know if you look at the history of companion dolls and sex dolls, they don't even bring Japan up. You know what I'm saying? They bring Mad up. So I'm gonna go with what they said, Dodd-Tron. I do see the Orient industry opened in 1977, but I'm not sure that they were actually making what we know as the companion doll, able to have sex with back then. That's what I'm not sure on. I'm not telling you you're wrong either, but I'm not sure about that. But I did a whole show on history. You're welcome to go check it out. I did a live stream on the history of the dolls. And as far as they're concerned, they were blow-up dolls until Matt came along. As far as they're concerned, they were blow-up dolls till he came along. So either way, I'm finna get out of here. Marblade. DAS says, love Marblade. Appreciate you, DAS. So now, man, we finna get out of here. Thank you, Dodd-Tron, for stopping by, though. DAS, thank you for being here. Andy the Virgo. I'm talking to all my people. Brandon Den, Austin Steele, Val Schnitzel. Let's see who else was in here. Oh, my God, Lord Nemesis, EHE, Austin Steele, Sir Angus Fungus. Let's see who else said something. Power Brain, Fizzy in the house, John Wood Mass. A Yumi doll. John Doe came in for a second to holler at your boy. And that was pretty much it. Everybody that's standing in the background, God bless you too, man. It's been a hell of a stream, man. Right now, we finna get the hells on up out of chill. Me, J. King Helpness, I Amy Renee Uzumaki, and Hemo Ware. We finna exit stage left. Hey, man, I enjoyed all of y'all, man. Come back, man. Next time, baby, we're going to have another blast, baby. We out of here.